If it was like a little puzzle, I'd be a little bit worried. Like if you were piecing it together, then there's a bit of a problem there. I'm surprised it works.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The CPU installation being a puzzle. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting one. Right, we're live. Welcome in everybody. Happy Thursday. We are on the ground at Calgary, and we're going to take the mighty A400M Atlas for a wee couple of short hops around the Canadian wilderness out on near the west coast. So that's the plan. So first stop is from Calgary up to Edmonton, and then we'll go from there. I'm happy I've fixed it. Well, I haven't fixed the A400, but I found a workaround for the bug that we had the other night. So let's hope it all goes well. We'll see what happens.
Meters.
We'll see how it goes. Did you change out all the power cables as well?
Yep.
Okay. That only took two. When did I send that? Monday?
Yeah, two business days.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Not bad. Like door to door.
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
Yeah, it's not bad. Right, let's get this bird set up. Let's have a wee look. So, our sim brief is done. Navigraph is done. Should be able to pop that in. Yep. Actually, let's start up here. So we want our batteries on, external power on. Let's get our gears aligned. Fuel pumps on.
Meters.
Actually, you'll hear that shortly, if I haven't heard it already. Fuel pumps on. Emergency lights to arm. Seatbelts to arm. Nav lights on. APU start.
You got the VRS 2, do you?
Next question. Not sure.
Meters.
No, just VRAS. Well, it says VRAS. Just it says sorry on it. Hang on. Where is it? AMD client. What's that? That's really wrong. It's that.
Meters. Oh fucking god! I hate being a man sometimes.
Why?
We get amused by the most simplest things, like
Oh,
meters.
Yeah. I know it's really it actually does kind of like pop back into your head all the time. Right, let's go clear all that. That's fine. Let's get our weights done. Sim brief in by the load. I love flying this thing. Although I definitely need to get a bit of practice with it because I crashed it earlier. Right, that wasn't working the other day, so it's working now, so happy days. Right, so flight plan. So we're gonna go from Calgary to Edmonton, which means I think it's just a straight out. So 17 left departure, straight out, heading north, and then we've got kind of, sort of, almost a kind of star in there, which kind of seems to stop for some reason. But there we go. But let's get that sorted. That goes up there. That one goes there. Right. So 17 left. No SID. Clear the disco. Our arrival will be runway 12. And we've got a ILS 12, I hope. And we've got a star. There we go. That's in. Check for discos. Get rid of the manual. Oh, hang on. Try it again. Clear that. What happened there? Insert that, yep. Right, get rid of the manual. Get rid of the disco. Do the arrival again because that didn't work. So runway 12, approach ILS 12. Star is Oilers 2. Insert, there we go. Fucking hell. Get rid of the manual. Deja vu here. And the disco. Right, sweet, that's us now. Okay, clear that, clear that. Right. Fuel and load. So zero fuel weight is 102.2. And our center of gravity is 28.2. And our block fuel is 8.5, which I've just taken from SimBrief. There we go. Performance, we've got rotate speed of 124. Lovely. Beautiful. Right, alignment's done. Let's do our barrow. QNH 1016. Landing systems, nav on. Nav, landing system. Cruising altitude is 26,000, so let's bump that up. What else do we need to do? Weather systems. So we can fire TCAS on, weather system on. APU can come on now. And we shall get GSX to push us back. Still no Flow Pro, I've noticed. Hopefully that's running. No flow? It's very epic, isn't it? Keep our phone and take off. This one here. What am I missing?
Mirrors.
Did GSX not start there? Fucking GSX. Oh, here we go. Right, let's reload that. Reload that. Go on your boy, reload that. Can't read aircraft data. Oh, perfect pushback then. Can't read aircraft type. Why? I'm sure you can do a pushback. GSX pain in the arse.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Meters.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
What a machine this is.
Meters.
So, on that developer update, they basically said that they're not updating this yet, which I'm very disappointed
Yeah.
about.
That's pretty shit.
Yeah, very disappointed. They did say they were going to try and sneak it in, but like that's bullshit, you know. It's
Well, they won't
unfortunate.
fucking do that. Fuck off.
It's
Too much
unfortunate.
effort for them.
Yeah. First developer update in 3 months, and they updated fuck all. Right, no's right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes off.
Commencing
Ah,
All engines clear.
well, it
Start
let us
at will.
push. No, because the. Right, what do I need to do? So, first of all, we need the GPU gone. Ah, won't do anything.
Fucking jetty.
What about him?
He'd play low bang on Pringle's fucking shit.
Where's Right, let's get this engine started, shall we? So, beacon should have been on. It's not. It is now. APU bleeds on. Ignition start.
Fucking jetty.
Let's go for it. Got the disconnected GPU. Muppet. Alright, fire them all up. You need to fix the light on this thing as well. The lights, you can't see them during the day. Well, you can barely see them.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation
GPU's
for a good
gone.
engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Right. So, this thing, there's a little bit of a workaround with this, but let's just see if pushing it back has maybe bypassed the bug. Let's just see. Right, ground spotter's armed, nose wheel on, brakes or auto brake on, engines are sorted.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Right, let's see if this works. No, it doesn't work. So what you gotta do is go to panel states, get ready for takeoff, and that resets the brake pressurization or some bullshit apparently, which is the bug. Problem is you gotta knock your landing system, nav systems, get rid of the HUD all on. Taxi lights can go on, landing lights can come off, strobes can come off, probe light can come off, internal lights can go on. Actually, knock them off. Even though I think it's reversed. Weather system TCAS all on, that's fine. Clear this nonsense out. Oh, this is sweet. Okay, I think we're good to go. Nav on this side. Nav system on this side. Right. We're good to go.
Meters.
Let's get rolling. Flaps set. Parking brake off. Car coming in. There we go. Where's that? Oh, it's done. That's how you work around it. So apparently it's an issue. Basically like the brake seize up or something. And you gotta. There's only one way around it, which is by hitting that ready to take off. So it's a bit of a pain in the arse. But here we are. Right, let's roll forward. Oh, we've got to reset our altitude, 26,000. Let's do a quick controls check. So brakes, good. Parking brake on. Aileron right, good. Left, we're good. Elevator forward, good. Back, good. Rudder right. And rudder left. Okay. Takeoff config complete. Alright, let's go. How the fuck do we find the runway from here actually? Hang on. Which runway we're going for? 17 left. That's 11. That's 17, 35, 29. Must be this one. Yep, 17 left, miles away. Furthest from where you can possibly get. So, yeah, looks like we've got a bit of a hike. Well, let's roll. Oh, just sit and relax now and here we go.
Meters. Fucking hell.
You know what? I didn't actually hear that meters when I powered up there.
Meters.
Well, I had to run it before I turned my headset on, so maybe that's why.
It's stuck in my head. Fucking hell. Why you seen Jurassic Park?
You really shouldn't get it because whenever it actually starts shouting at you, it's even more funny.
Meters.
Long landing.
What, shout at me like the ATC was shouting at you last night?
Oh, it's worse than that, man. It's actually worse than that, to be honest with you. It's ridiculous. I want to hear it.
Meters.
Oh, I didn't actually run same tensions for this one, actually.
Approaching 17 right.
Approaching 17 right. We're going to 17 left.
Yeah, so ChatGPT helped me out tonight with putting my PSU in.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I had to buy a month's worth of it, but you know, it helped out.
What did you ask it How do you install PSU?
Oh, I just showed it pictures of what I'm doing, and it just told me how to do it.
Okay. Wow.
Then I showed pictures of what I've done, and they said that's correct. They said, you know, you've doing good. So you know,
Oh, very good.
Skynet, man. Meters.
Yeah, ChatGPT is pretty handy. Like,
Oh, fuck yeah.
oh, off the line. Jeez, I think we're driving there.
Fucking hell, man.
So this is a 37-minute flight time apparently.
Is it like 7 minutes flying and 30 minutes taxiing down to the fucking...
No, I think it's blocked. Well, it does give you a block time of 105, so 25 minutes or there by block time. So we got a taxi past the terminal, which is what we're taxiing past now. Because we were literally on the other side of the runway, or airport, sorry. It was over at the cargo area. I should have just changed the departure runway actually. I need to get used to flying this again because when I was flying it earlier on, I bent it right before the runway. I lost power. It's very, very sensitive on landing. I'm on the wrong fucking taxiway. Let's go over here. At least there's planes here, which is good. Put me all the screens in today as well, so the one up on my top left is now a slightly bigger 2K screen, so it's 27 inch 2K screen now, so I can actually read it properly. And I put the other one up as well, just for an extra screen too, so it's starting to look like a little control center again, surrounded by screens in here.
Oh, yeah.
So I've got one spare, and I'm sort of looking going, I don't know, I don't think I need it. But if I was going to put it somewhere, where would it go? Not really sure.
Meters.
Right, that's us on our correct taxiway now. Here we go. Let's roll. Let's go. Welcome in, mate. Good to see you. Yeah, I like the livery. Looks great. Looks really well. Very, very nice. Last Ninja, welcome back. Good to see you, mate. How are you? What's going on? So, just join us as we complete our 14-year taxi to runway 17 left out of Calgary, and we're heading up to Edmonton in Canada. I tried to fix it, but it does weird stuff to the engine. So Nifty had the same issue. Just leave it for now, and then whenever you're doing like version 2 or whatever, you can fix it up then. Nifty had the same issue with the rims, and he knows where they are on the paint kit, so maybe best just check in with him whenever he's free again. I've been on a trip and going out quite a lot. Oh, nice. Yeah, very good. Excellent. Good to hear it. Right, let's go. Lights on, strobes on, and we're about to go.
Meters.
What sort of places are we going out to, Ninja? Clubs, pubs, bars, book clubs.
On runway 17
Rock
left.
towns.
What did you say?
Nothing. Did you also
Hunting.
want meters?
Just asking what sort of activities, or what have you said you're going out quite a lot? What doing what? Is you going to pubs, clubs, bar, all the same thing? Camping trips, hiking, scuba diving. What have you been up to? Right, we're good to go. Let's roll. Edmonton, here we come.
Meters. Would you want that as a soundbite in your stream too?
I certainly would.
Alright, once Pringles.
Pubs, live music on the beach. Nice. Right, let's rotate. And longboarding. Oh, very good. Yeah, cool. Just set the barrow and got positive rate. Just about. You're up. Well, I think so. I went out on Saturday night, a few beers, drink, a few beers, food, and then a few people come back to my house. That was good fun. And about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I went out, and that was a bit of a mad night. Where I think we were out until like 10:30 the next morning. So I'll be doing that.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Fuck's sake. I'll be doing that in a hurry again soon. But that was good fun. I used to do it all the time, like. So I've been taking it easy the last little while, instead of going out and getting hammered all the time, Right, let's get that sorted. Let's keep an eye on that power. So we've got oh, there we go. Right, so speed set, altitude set, autopilot's on. We're making our turn. Let's go flaps up. Turn our nose wheel off, and our ground spoilers, we can disarm them now. Happy days. I've been doing 3-nighters way too many times this year. I think the last time I did 3 days in a row was probably the last time I was at home, back in Ireland. So it would have been 2023. And when I say I do 3 days in a row, that was like 3 weeks in a row. I was full on. That was good fun. Out every single night, every single day. There was 3 days where I didn't have a drink, and it was because I was sick. Out of 3.5 weeks I was home. And then and then I went to I was back here. I was back in Australia for about I think maybe 10 days, and then I went to Las Vegas for a week, or for 8 days. That's it, man. You only live once, 100%. You got to take the opportunities as they present themselves. You know what I mean? That's what life's all about, opportunities. You know. Otherwise, what's the point? Look at this. Looking good. Back in Flight Sim 2024, huh? Who knew? Who would have thought it? Before Sim Update 3 as well. Shut the front door. Yeah, you gotta do it as the opportunities present themselves. That's all I'm saying.
How was walking the dogs?
It was good actually. So we go over across the road to the like it's basically an oval. So we normally go and watch footy practice and watch a footy game at the weekends and stuff. They love it. They just think it's the best thing ever. So there's a bit of footy practice on tonight, and then they get to run around the pitch and stuff, and you know they have a great time. Fortnite, welcome in. Good morning, good evening from Melbourne. Hope you're well. We're doing a wee flight in the A400 from Calgary to Edmonton. We've literally just taken off, and we're going to head up to Edmonton in Canada. I'm not sure if I've got Edmonton scenery. I've definitely got Calgary, but I'm not sure if I've got Edmonton scenery. So we've got a nice wee Canadian livery to go with it, courtesy of some legend developer on FlightSim.to. I fucking love this machine, like it just looks amazing. Right, let's get our lights off. So why is the APU still available? Oh, that's a bug. Ah. Is the APU still on? No. Alright, landing lights, taxi lights, and turn lights can come off. Seatbelts to auto. That's weird. Odd bug. It's a bit buggy, this plane, I have to say. I've found a couple of bugs. So I am looking forward to it getting fixed and updated and you know, showing a little bit of love. Which, according to the developer stream that I watched today, it isn't getting any love. So, don't know why. Disappointed with that, to be honest with you. Right, standard barrel. I have to say, I have seen more stutters in 2024 in the last couple of hours than I have in the last 3 days in 2020. 2020 is outperforming 2024, but I don't think the 2020 looks as good anymore.
Oh,
24.
2024 looks amazing. But
Yeah, it does. It looks really good. I still think the reflections and stuff on the plane on 2020 are a little bit better, like the texturing. But I think the scenery and the imagery that's getting piped into 24 is much better now. But I have noticed that the 24's clouds have turned to shite. Same as 2020's. So very interesting. On Journey, what's going on? Welcome in, good to see you. How is everyone's life's journey? My life's journey is... You know what? My life's journey is actually quite fascinating. I reckon someone could like make a movie out of it. Is what everyone says. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, mate. Smooth. I reckon I was Steven Spielberg will be calling any day, you know. Question is, who would play me? That's an interesting one. Yeah, it looks good here. So we're on real live weather. We're not on live time. I like the music, very common. Yeah, it's pretty chill. Yeah, it's pretty chill.
What's to do tomorrow night?
It's a bit of soft house. It's you can't go wrong soft house. Like it's fairly straightforward, you know. I like it. $5:40 a.m. USA ET. Wow. Well, good morning to you, and good evening from Melbourne. It is 7:44 p.m. here. What has you up so early? You were going to work?
Getting the bed.
That's awesome. Gigantify. Didn't even know I had that. So, does that mean I can select, like for instance, this one and it would make it big? Oh, yeah. Oh, very good. Alright. Cool. So we're going, so we're doing a couple of sort of shorter hops around Canada. So we're going from Calgary to Edmonton, then from Edmonton to where is that? That is Edson, Alberta, and then we'll go from Edson to Prince George in British Columbia, and we'll see we'll see how far we get. So we're just doing a couple of legs around the country, and basically this is like a wee achievement as part of a virtual airline called Firefly Air. So it's preparing. It's a little bit old now, but it's about a few months old. But it's preparing the wildfire season, or preparing for wildfire season. So I just sort of treated it as like a bit of a search and rescue sort of thing. So we're just dropping supplies off or whatever, you know. It's cool, like. And I love flying the A400, so just love it. What a plane, like. Anyone wants to jump in, we'll be on the ground in Edmonton in probably 20 minutes or so. So welcome to jump in. We're on the Southeast Asian server as well. Today we will do refueling and airdrop missions, absolutely. Well, we'll need to land though. We will need to land, so we're dropping off our firefighting supplies. for the wildfire season. Oh, I forgot to run say intentions. I might. I'll leave it off. Actually, we'll leave it off. So here's something I didn't realize. This part of Canada is so flat. Look how flat it is. I always thought, I know Canada's a massive place, like, but I always thought like the whole country was just like really rugged. Look how flat that is down there. So what's the plans for tomorrow night, Rooster?
I don't know. I was thinking that actually.
Bit of Star Citizen, bit of
I don't know yet.
yeah, I don't know. I reckon. Well, I've got Star Citizen on my schedule, but haven't decided. Definitely gonna do some racing on Sunday. Because I got check this out. What I got today. Dogs will be proud. So I converted the Moza into a Formula One or a Formula wheel instead of the big wheel. So because the big wheel was too big, you trying to race with it, fucking pain in the ass. You see, the size of it's huge. Big difference. So I want to give that a wee blast on Sunday maybe, and then yeah, I reckon maybe yeah, probably Star Citizen on Saturday night.
Yeah, we can do Saturday night. Sausage.
What about an A350 flight tomorrow night?
Could do, yeah.
Actually, is Jetty doing? Is he doing his overnight flights on Saturday?
I think he might be. I'm not sure yet. We don't really know the morning because he might change his mind. They might become busy. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Check it out. My MSFS sim coach is infectious. Really? What was he flying the other night?
he was in the
The iFly?
iFly, yeah.
Ah, yeah, iFly. That's what I need to do one journey. I need to sort out my emotes. My emotes are shite. They were just like basic ones that I've sort of grabbed, you know. Yeah, I reckon we better. I give any built a hard time, like, but I do really like the A350, and I do want to give that a wee blast tomorrow night, I think. So A400 tonight, A350 tomorrow night, and then Star Citizen Saturday, maybe a little bit of flight sim Saturday morning, and then Sunday morning some sim racing, and then Sunday night I'll not be on because I've got work on Monday. Back to work on Monday after 2 weeks off. Excuse me. Devastating. Absolutely devastating. So I was saying, I was saying earlier. So this little trips that we're doing, it's an achievement for a virtual learning called Firefly Air, which is part of the Two-Tone Murphy community. So if you don't know who Two-Tone Murphy is, go and check him out. He's an absolute legend, and they post out of these achievements all the time. So we've got a virtual airline on New Sky, but it's very, very different. The Firefly Air stuff is like it was very achievement based and what have you on FS Hub, and then the Unprofessionals is more kind of schedule based and free flight based on New Sky. You're measured in different ways and stuff as well, so it's quite good. You can sort of bounce. I normally bounce between both of them. It's quite good. You get a bit of variety then, you know. Right, I reckon we're probably either past the top of descent or yeah, we are. Disco, I'm not sure what you said there. Right, let's start going down. See if we can catch up. BA on New Sky. Why did that star you out? It's not even telling me or showing me what you said. Yes, the VA is on New Sky, one journey, yep. In fact, if you put in, I think is it exclamation point airline maybe? What is it? Exclamation point. It should come up actually. Yeah, it is, yeah. It's because of the link I put it through somewhere. Oh, hang on here. Here, hang on. Thank you, man. Hang on. I've got a... There it is there. There you go. So that's Murph. I think he's just went live actually, so you can check him out. Great guy. So yeah, the flight deck in this, I love the flight deck in this. It's fantastic. Such a nice plane, like. So it's without a doubt one of my absolute favorite planes to fly in the sim. Don't even if it is bugged, I'll still fly it. I love it. I've genuinely missed it. the last couple of weeks.
Autopilot. Right.
Our elevation to our port here is 2,373 feet, so I reckon we're going to go down to... we'll go down to 4,000
meters.
Right, we're on our descent for our first stop, which is Edmonton.
Mad dog.
I know Disco. I saw his notification pop up. That's why it reminded me to go back to what I was saying about Firefly Air. I didn't finish what I was saying. I got distracted by Canada being so flat. Yeah, so he's live every day. He's now doing flight sim. Well, sorry, not flight sim, streaming, which is pretty much. I think he does flight sim, X plane, or MSFS X plane, and what's it called, trucking. And he's doing that. He's doing it every day now. He's full time with it. Right, let's reset our barrel. So I used to fly along on a Saturday morning or a Friday night Irish time, but because we're streaming at the same time, I don't really get a chance to do that anymore. And I try and jump into the streams and just hang out. Like I hung out pretty much the entire stream yesterday. We'll try and hang out as much as I possibly can, but because of the time difference, it's a bit awkward. Rhino, welcome in, mate. Good to see you. How are you?
Hey, Rhino. What are you doing, buddy?
This is a very different stream compared to what we're used to, Rhino.
Where do you want to fly the A450 from?
Good question. I reckon maybe somewhere like
Take off from New Zealand, maybe?
well, it's going to be nighttime, so we want to kind of do. I was thinking like maybe do a long one across the pond, like Ireland to America.
Yeah, we could do that in
Like
7 hours.
Shannon to Boston or something.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
sounds
wouldn't,
good.
it, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it be 7 hours? I don't think. Just heading to a CZ. Oh, brilliant! I loved in the CZs. I think the CZ stuff's my favorite, actually. To be honest with you.
Meters.
So I think we'll be back on Star Citizen on Saturday night. Talking. Toto, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Welcome to the Unprofessionals. Yeah, back starts on Saturday night. Bit of racing Sunday morning. Bit of flights on Sunday morning, and then flights on tomorrow night. We'll do a long one tomorrow night. We'll do we'll do Shannon to Boston. That's normally like a 6.5 hour flight or something. Get set intentions on the go, because we'll do the whole oceanic clearance thing as well, which I haven't really done yet. I'll have to have a wee look and see what liveries we've got for the A350.
Meters. Fucking stuck in my head. God damn it. It's just fucking. I don't know why it's stuck in my head, but it is apparently.
It does get stuck in your head, especially every time you fire it in or fire it up. It's like, you know, shouting at you. Now the best one is when it tells you that you're on the taxiway. It's on taxiway. It's like, I know.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Seriously? Telling us? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Stating the obvious.
Toto, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in.
Yeah, I might. Oh, I don't know. I might fly something different tomorrow night. What should
Jen
I
will have a
fly?
meltdown. Why will Jen have a meltdown? Is she looking for her railgun? Well, she's on tomorrow. I can jump in tomorrow during the day, but I didn't see her on today. So you're saying you think about flying something different tomorrow night?
Yeah, I don't know. I might. Well, you're gonna
Mad
do the
Dog?
A450. The Mad Dog won't make it.
6.5 hours?
I don't got a big enough fuel tank in the thing.
No?
No. It's only a regional jet.
Oh, is it?
And it's not very fuel efficient.
No, it wouldn't be. Yeah. Well, I guess you'll just have to wait. It's the way it goes sometimes.
The MD-11's not known for its fuel efficiency, not of those, you know, turbojets.
I can't believe how flat it is here. Look at this here. Crazy flat.
Say KLGB.
KLG. What's KLGB?
That's where I'm sitting at in the MD-80. Free.
All right.
I'm gonna
To right.
learn it. Or get bored and jump over the fucking dune. And try not be ate by the worms.
All right. Let's go. Let's go post mode on now. So here's the thing about this plane. You gotta be really careful whenever you're landing this thing because it just loses power. It's so heavy. I've been caught out a couple of times, so there is a way of kind of keeping the power up, which is basically overspeeding, if you like, for its landing weight, if you know what I mean. So that's what we're gonna do. But I actually think we're too high.
There's a Portland the fuck. I want Portland in Australia. Here we go. KPDX. KPDX. Aircraft MD. No, I won't fly the. Oh, I could fly the Concorde.
Across the water? Fuck, you'd be there in no
Yeah.
time. Or across the pond.
Yeah.
Right, not your flaps, here we go.
Be there in no time across the pond.
Yeah, you'd be there in about 3 hours. I did the in the DC Designs Concorde. I think it was New York. No, it was Paris to New York. And I'm quite sure. So I did it at the Concorde, and it was like, I don't know, 3.5 hours, 4 hours. And then I did it at the Dark Star. And I took the Dark Star up to 250,000 feet. So, for anyone that doesn't know what the Dark Star is, it's basically the Maverick, the Top Gun Maverick plane at the start of Maverick. And so I took it up to 250,000 feet, and I was in the Paris to New York, and I was there in 35 minutes. Right, we are way too high. So I'm going to set my speed now. We're going to set it to 155 knots. And we're also going to take control. So my aircraft. Here we go. Luckily it's flat here. See if we can get down.
Meters.
We're also going to drop another notch of flaps and put our spoilers out as we rapidly descend. And we'll drop our gear as well. Try and create some drag. So it's because we missed our top of
What
descent.
Concorde do I have?
But we'll be alright. We'll make it. We'll make it work.
That's right, they released a Cessna Citation X.
Yeah, we did. So we've got a 15 knot crosswind here as well. This is going to be fun. I'll just keep an eye on the speed, so I'm going to bump it up a little bit. I'm a bit nervous about it.
Approaching. 1, 2.
Right, I'm going to let the crosswind take me over. Oh, I'm gonna lose it. Look. Oh, fuck me. Shit.
Concord.
Go on.
Is it doing?
It's
Is it
just-
doing?
It's done this to me every time I've come down. It just drops. So I've just taken control. It's my throttle now as well. I'm way too high, like, but I'd rather be too high.
Too high.
Too low.
Unstable. Unstable.
Here, shout at me. Too high, unstable. This is a nightmare. This is. Look at the state of this.
Taxiway.
Yeah, I don't like it sort of trim shit.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Fucking throws you off.
Throws you off. It fucking bins you. Right, here we go.
Long landing. Long landing.
Get over. Get over. Right, Parda. Close enough.
1,500
We'll take it.
meters remaining. 1,000.
So you do have to get used to how to fly this. I remember having these problems before
Remaining.
when I was learning how to fly before. But yeah, I'm very rusty at the moment.
Remaining.
This is why I haven't flown a new sky yet.
300 remaining.
But we're here. We made it. Welcome to Edmonton. And we had a landing rate of 136 feet per minute. We'll take that. Even though we were kind of half on the grass and half on the runway. Yeah, we got it recovered, Rhino, but it was pretty shite, like. So, but you know what? Probably third flight in this plane in the last 4 months. So, and it is a little bit. Yeah, I need to figure out how to. As soon as you go, it's very unforgiving, right? As soon as you do anything wrong, it'll punish you. It absolutely punishes you. It's just so heavy. Like, see, just trying to move it and stuff. But fuck me, it looks amazing though. Right, what we'll do is we shall roll up and we'll just do a quick turnaround. And we'll just keep going. No point hanging around. So next leg is let's see. The next leg takes us to, where did I say it take it to? So it's 104 nautical miles across to Edson. So again, another short hop. So I'm using these as landing practice. You know what I mean? As you can tell, it's needed. I think this is default scenery as well. Actually, we will have to park up, so we can do our weights. We got to turn engines off. So let's find somewhere to park. So we'll park sideways so we don't have to push back. We need to shut the engines down to do our weights for the next leg. Sorry, I forgot about it. Oh, parking brake on. Let's get our APU. Oh, the APU's bugged. Shit. That will be alright, I got an idea. Alright, let's power those down. So, we'll just do a panel state because the button's bugged. APU, lovely. Alright, that's better, it's fixed now. We can leave beacon or nav on. There's just a couple of things we might have to fix here, so land assist. Oh shit, that has to realign, does it? Oh, it does too. Right, adhere's back on. And emergency lights and seatbelt signs to auto. Should be okay. Set our barrow. So there's a bug in this where the brake lines, basically the pressure needs release. So the only way of doing it is through the tablet, or otherwise it just thinks the chocks are on, which is quite annoying. Let's see, landing system. Okay, we'll do it in a moment. Right, let's get our next flight put in. So next leg in. So we're gonna go initialize. Let's go to the tablet first. All right, so we're going from Edmonton to Edson. CYEG to CYET. Perfect. Fuel loaded and apply. And then we've got our weights, so 102.2, 28.2, lovely. Right, initialize request. Perfect. Flight plan. So departure straight out of runway 30. Hang on, let's have we look here. Runway 30. Fuck me, it's the one behind us where we just landed on. Let's change that. Let's go out of runway. Is that 30's got the crosswind, right? So let's go out of. If that's a crosswind, no, that'll be a tailwind. Yes, we can go out. We can actually go out of runway 20. That would make more sense. Because that'll give us a headwind. Surely, let's see. No, it's runway 2, not 20. I've read it upside down. Right, so we'll go to runway 20. That gives us a headwind. Lovely. Oh, sorry, runway 2. Which makes more sense. Don't need to sit. And then our arrival is 25. Without a star. Let's get rid of the disco. Right, that's all good. Fuel, 102.2 for 0 fuel weight. Center of gravity, I think, was 28.2. Yep. Block fuel is 8.2. Okay, clear that. That's all good. And then we've got performance 124 again for our rotate. So we're probably going to see those numbers all night because our leg distances and stuff are relatively the same. So this is a 20-minute flight time. Fuck me. Oh, because we've got a. Oh, we should have a headwind. That's weird. It's just so short then. That's why. Right, we're aligned, landing system on. Nav. Excuse me. We're going to 22,000 feet for about 30 seconds. Nav again, and let's go. That's all good. Alright, I think we're good to start. Let's hope that the shock bug isn't there. APU's on. Beacon on. Starter on. And let's just fire them all up. Obviously you don't start them like that in real life, but here we are. So they need to fix the sounds in this as well. You can barely hear the engines. Like, they should be like, you know. We also need to put change our banner. So, what was it? CYET? There we go. Right. Ground spoilers armed, brakes and nose steering all on. Take off config test. Right. Flaps to take off. Or one. Park and brake off. And we're rolling. Lovely. Let's go. Right, so runway 2 is just ahead of us. Perfect. Decided on what you're flying yet, Rooster?
Oh, I'm just sitting at this airport, looking at my phone. So I'm a lazy motherfucker.
I thought you were working out the MD-83, no?
I should do actually.
Oh, there's my lights.
I wanna watch.
Lights. Oh, we just throw on the. Throw all the lights on for now. Starter off. APU, leave it off for the moment.
Approaching 0, 2.
Right, here goes leg number 2. Let's hope we can get a bit of a better landing on this one. I'm struggling to land this bastard.
On runway 0, 2.
Here we go. Oh, mate, I have to say, it does feel good to be back in flight sim. Like, I love this fucking plane. There's V1, rotate. Beautiful online departure. Get up.
Me. But fucking the sound of that MD-80.
Oh, is that there when you turn it on?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
MD-11 does it too.
Yeah. Flaps up. And autopilot. Autopilot on. I have to map that button. And lever to power to MCT, which is maximum continuous thrust. I had to look that one up, to be honest. Right, so we're doing a left-hand turn out of the airport, and then basically heading west over to our destination, which is the town of Edson in is it Alberta? I think it's Alberta. The hay bales. The hay bales? Oh no, they're houses. What are they, houses? Looks a bit weird. TCAS standby. Shite. TCAS on. Right, so I need to keep an eye on the top of the descent this time because I missed it last time. In fact, there it is there. It's 50 miles away. This is going to be a short hop. That's good though. Plenty of landing. Lots of landing. Speaking of which, so you can do !predict in the chat whenever the thing tells you to. Actually, we'll just start it now. There you go. And it'll yeah, you can get some twit coins or twat coin, which I still don't know what to do with. So yeah, still don't know what to do with. What I might do actually is here's a thought. I wonder if I could convert my twat coin into Jetty coin, and then Jetty can just do giveaways for me or something. You know what I mean? Something like that. Maybe there's like a currency exchange. Who?
I'm talking to the kitty.
Oh yeah.
Kitty. I'm
Here,
annoying as well.
I'll tell you what, the performance hasn't been too bad. So I've got FSLTL running, as well as multiplayer. Now I know there's no planes around me at the minute, but like it hasn't really been stuttering or anything. So the odd one every now and again, but it's actually been alright. Elevate text, I forgot about that.
Me.
Right, APU can come off now. Our taxi lights off. See the way the APU button's fixed now? It's definitely a bug, like. Actually, it's not fixed. It's broken. Spoke too soon on that one. Lights off. That's very odd. The APU button's broken. It was working fine earlier. Ground spoilers disarmed. Alright.
Lock flight deck. Oh my god, has it got the stall? Oh my god, it's got the stall test.
The stall test? Yeah, it does.
Stall.
You do all the fire tests and all as well. It's a big learning curve, that plane.
Oh, it is study level, so you know.
Yeah, it's
You
probably
have to read. You have to read all the fucking manuals, and all the manuals are the actual manuals too. So you know they're all authentic documentation of the MD-80. Negative overspeed.
Altimeter setting.
Altimeter setting? What's wrong with my altimeter? Why'd that happen?
Altimeter setting.
Oh, over standard. Yeah, the good thing with that RAS system is it actually reminds you to do stuff. Like, it's just after sending me altimeter setting, I didn't set it when I went to standard, so that's pretty handy.
Meters.
And it also, I don't know why. Like, why does it do that? Why does it say meters? Like, it's really weird.
I don't know.
It's very strange. Every time you turn it on, meters.
Meters.
Right, let's go wee dander, will we? Wee dander in the plane. See what we've got. See what cargo's on board.
Meters.
I'm stuck.
Fuck, it's cold. Oh, I got to get bus early tomorrow morning because it's going to be a -3, so it's going to be all frosty.
Fuck's sake, got nothing on board. That's something they need to add in here. They gotta add in you need to add into this that you can actually, you know, throw stuff into it. Like cargo and shit. The same way you can do this shit, I don't know.
Meters. JT8D 219 engines. Turbojet. Smoky motherfuckers. Yeah, so I've kept my old PSU, so when I build my new one, I can put the 1000 watt into my new PC, and then put that 650 watt into my streaming rig.
Yeah, good idea. What card are you gonna use for the streaming rig? Like which GPU?
I'll probably buy a 1590 for my gaming rig and just keep this 4070 in my streaming rig.
Yeah, just keep an eye on the combination of your RAM, CPU, and the 4070. Just make sure that the 650 is enough. The 650 is not a lot at all.
No,
Like I'm currently running. Fuck money. It's not on at the minute. It usually tells you what wattage I'm pushing through the PSU. There's a wee screen on. For some reason it's not on. It typically sits around like 700, between 5 and 700 when I'm running games.
No.
So yeah. And you want at least 30% headroom on your PSU, like. There's top of descent. Back down we go.
How long are you on top of descent for?
How long am I at top of descent for? You mean top
Yeah, how
of
long
top?
were you on
You
top
mean
of
top
descent?
of top of climb? Cruise?
Yeah, top of climb. Yeah.
I was a cruise for, I reckon, 3 minutes. Something like that.
Ah,
So elevation of the airport is 3,000 feet. So let's go to 5,000 feet, and let's just give this landing another crack. So exclamation point predict for your landings. Last one wasn't too bad actually. It just you know, it was half on the grass, half on the runway.
meters.
Minus 69.
That's right. Ah, so it does use the. Okay. Right, gate parking for, because I will just do reference. What is our air? KLGB.
Where's KLGB?
So it is in Los Angeles. If I open up Navigraph.
Is that like the city airport beside LAX?
Oh, I think it might be, yeah. So we're at
Long Beach.
Long Beach, yeah.
I think I remember it was a racing game called IndyCar. It was like IndyCar 2000 or something, and the first race was Long Beach. Minus 150 from Disco.
Destination is KPDX.
Fucking never heard of that either. I'm normally pretty good with the codes.
Portland.
I was gonna guess Portland, but only because you mentioned it earlier. Long Beach is normally the season opener in IndyCar. Ah, there you go. That's why then. Anytime I think of Long Beach or someone mentions Long Beach, it always throws me back to that game. And it had the big Dunlop arc or arch. You drove under and all as well. It's just like, I don't know, 1990s this game came out, I think.
Oh, I have to add. Oh, Jesus! I gotta add all my fucking waypoints in manually.
Yes, you do. That's right. Correct.
So,
Rooster is learning the MD-83 Disco. Did you see Disco's Unprofessionals livery for the A32 or A32NX?
no. I have to have a look.
Still has the arch just before the end of the lap. Normally covered in DHL now. Must be iconic. Oh yeah, he's done the A380 as well. Have we got one for the A350? Disco?
Yes.
Don't know if we ever did an A350 one. For 24.
Yes.
I'm assuming that
EL
that 2NX will work in 24 as well, right?
The Mad Dog?
No, the livery.
Good day. TFM.
I can't make any truth because I don't have Photoshop. Oh shit.
Oh, the EU.
Who we?
Let's see.
I think Nifty can though. Yeah, okay. Well, Nifty is. Yeah, don't think he'll have any time. He's just had
Edge
his wife. His partner has just had a baby. Let me see. There might be a Firefly R one. Let me see if there's a Firefly R one. Because I can use that.
I add. Yeah, I'll add the top of cruising.
A32NX should work with 24. Happy days.
Yes.
Excellent. Right, we're just under
Page.
10,000 feet, so let's get our lights on. And
Gee.
that's it. I think this is
Not
a
yet,
straight in
that's-
arrival as well. Downloads.
New Ray. New. Hey. In you. Hey.
Shit, hit my button. Where do I found? On to Tim Murphy's website. So he's got a 777-300. I'll show you here. So he's got 777-300 ER. He's got loads. The iFly is there. This is additional D-Day scenery. He's got the 777-200 ER as well. Any builds A350. There you go. Bingo. It's got the Flight FX, bit of trucking, the Phoenix, all the Phoenix aircraft, A380, VATSIM liveries, some more scenery. Yeah, there's loads there, like loads. And you can see it's very consistent as well. You know what I mean? So I think I've got all of these except the new ones. So the new ones I don't have is I don't have the A350. I've got the 300. I wonder why that's. Oh, it's updated to 24. That's why I still need to get that one. So I need to get those two. So yeah, I'll sort those out later. Oh, he's got the 900 plus the 1000. Happy days.
KLG.
Excellent. Yeah, so I'll use Fireflyer then. Right, how are we doing? We're at 6,000 feet. We're bang on profile as well, so that's perfect. We are straight in, and we're roughly about what,
APDX.
20 miles out. So approach mode on, and let's set our speed now. Actually, let's let it work itself down, but I wanna, again, I'm just gonna keep an eye on that speed. So ideally by the end of tonight I would like to have an on the marks, or in the marks, on the center line, decent landing. Anything below 300 feet per minute and this thing's gonna be decent, so that's what we're going for. But I'm more interested in the accuracy, right? Getting the accuracy. You should do another FFA flight today. We're doing FFA flights, yeah. So I'll show you what we're actually doing. So this is created by the Fireflyer admin team. So we're on leg 4 of, this is one of the achievements. So these are all the achievements that I've done with the airline. I've been with them for about, I don't know, 3.5 years. And we're doing this achievement here. I haven't flown in a couple of months though, so these are the legs we've been doing here, like. So I'm just following down through the list. So we'll not get them all done today, but we'll do the next leg after this. We'll do a couple. What time is it? Well, it's not even 9 o'clock. So we might get them all done. And then
Fuck out there.
I did this one last night. This was Dublin to excuse me, so there's my flight there. Dublin to in the A400 as well. Well, I had a minus 96 rate, the 3,000 nautical miles, 8.5 hours flight time. It was Dublin to Dallas. Dallas? No, Detroit. So that was good. Yes, I'm tracking it on FFA. Yeah. So I'm on. If you go into FS Hub Disco, you'll see it on the. You'll see me on the radar, the airline radar. Why does that keep doing that? Go away. Find you on the map. There you go. So I haven't fired up New Sky yet because I need practice. Because New Sky rating compared to FS Hub is completely different. They're very, very different. New Sky is a bit more serious. I think it's a bit more. That's probably the same amount of fun. It's just a little bit different in terms of how it measures you and traction and all that sort of stuff. Right, we're way too high again because I got completely distracted and didn't drop us down to our right altitude.
Right.
So we might have to go around on this one. Let's set approach speed to 160. Let's go another notch of flaps, gear down. And can we see him? Nope.
So 38, 4, 28, 5.
Oh, not too bad.
I don't know how to work that out. How the fuck do you work that out?
We're only about 5 miles out here.
I
Okay,
reckon I'm
nose
saying.
is dropping. Can't see a thing.
So 38 degrees. 38.
My aircraft.
1,000.
1,000.
So coordinates.
Approaching 25.
I can't see a thing.
1,800 meters available.
So we should see the runway. There's the tops of the trees.
Caution, short runway. Short runway.
Can't even fucking see the runway. 400.
300.
Are we over it?
200.
No, we're not. Not yet. Their houses.
100 laps. 50.
There we go.
40. 30.
Alright, power back.
20. 10.
Oh, we're on the center line, but it was a bit of a bump.
900
Brakes.
meters remaining. 600
Brake, 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 brake,
remaining.
brake. Lovely.
300 remaining.
No doubt our brakes will be very hot on that landing. Fucking hell, I couldn't see a thing there for the last second. We'll take that. Alright, first stowed. Flaps in. Spoilers in. Nicely done. What do we hit? 398? Jesus. Well, visibility considered, wasn't too bad. Alright, let's swing around.
Approaching 07.
Well, the good news is we were center line, we were over the marks, and we were way too hard, but we're getting better.
LMC.
Getting better. We're catching up.
On
We're
runway
catching up.
07.
LMC.
1,700 meters remaining.
Right, let's go find the terminal, and we'll get the next flight set up, next leg set up. Brakes hot. Where's the...
Again.
I won again. Nicely done, mate. Nicely done. I'll have to sort you out with a... I don't know, a copy of a plane or something. Where's the brakes, the brake fan in this? Is there one? I don't think there's one. I badly want the iFly. Is the iFly available on 24 now? Finally?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, you can fly it on 24, yeah.
Good. Does it work? Any issues with it, or?
I think it does. I think it does work, yeah.
Okay, good. I like the iFly, it's good. The weather here? Holy shit. I
ChatGPT.
reward I fly. Oh, I might. I don't know how many points you've got, but we'll sort something out for you. Disco, seeing that you've been making all those liveries. Right, let's park here. Right, park and brake on.
So if I want to use
lights
this
off,
fucking
strobes off.
MD-80 when we do a fly, I'm
fixed.
gonna have to jump on earlier and set it all up.
Yeah, it takes a while, doesn't it? Just remember that the A350 also takes a while to set up as well. So anytime I set up the A350, like it does take a while. It takes me a good half an hour, 40 minutes by the time we do the board and all that shit. Alright, APU started.
M-O...
So this is what we're on. So
X. P-O...
oh, here's one for you. You'll like this. So where is it? There's a way achievement in here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, there it is early.
E-M.
EMDA achievement. There you go. Right, let's go down here. Okay, so leg number. We might actually do all this tonight, you know. So we've only got, if you look at it, we've only got, what's that? 300. So 350, say 450, about 550 miles to go. Right, let's get our sim brief going. So we are an A400. I think the custom one is the bottom one. So 36,000 feet for this one. That's a bit high. 46 minutes flight time. 11.0 in terms of block fuel. 0 fuel weight. I will go by the tablet actually. So let's get that set up. So let's shut our engines down. We're putting the feather APU on. Engine shut down. Let's watch them split it down. Do the needful. Oh, look at that weather. It's getting worse. So this is live weather, and it's not real time because I think real time is, I think it's like AM, early hours of the morning. So what are we at? We're at 7:49 local. Yeah, so 4:51 is the local time live, which for obvious reasons, we're, you know, like you can't see a thing. You can see nothing. So we'll stick to midi up time. Was it 7:50? 8 o'clock will do. That's fine. Okie doke. Right. What's next? Let's load our flight plan in.
Okay.
So this flight takes us further. This basically takes us further west, and pretty much in a straight line as well. Actually, no worries, Disco. Thanks for hanging out, mate. You take care. We'll catch you next time. Yep, straight west over the mountains, and then down into Prince George, which I think is in British Columbia. Yes, it is. So we started in Calgary. We headed north to Edmonton in Alberta. We're staying in Alberta with landing in Edson.
American 497.
And then we're going to fly over to British Columbia, down to Prince George. There we go. Let's do that. Okie doke. Okay. Right, load sim brief. CYXS, that's the one. Want to load in our fuel or our weights balance, apply that one. Oh, you know what, actually? That's wrong. Hang on, let me fix that. So, I've actually selected the wrong sim brief. Bear with me. The wrong profile. So what happens is that airframe that I've selected, I thought that was a custom one. It's not. It's giving me the wrong weights. So let's try that one. That's better. Okay. Right, load that back in. Apply that. All right. Brakes are still hot, but I think they're gonna be hot forever now. Okay, so let's initialize this one.
Reference.
Enter. Clear that. Try that again. There we go. Right, flight plan. So, departure on runway 25. We don't have a SID. It's going to be really straightforward, this one. We're almost bush flying now. Our arrival is...
Via the TOP MM5 departure. Climb and maintain flight level 040. Expect flight level 360. 10 minutes after departure. Contact departure on 125.35. Squawk. Right.
Okay, so flight plan's in, and we're going to go 102.8 for our zero fuel weight. Oh shit, that's wrong. Country Dad, welcome in. Good to see you, mate. So that's 102.8. 28.3 is our center of gravity. 28.3. And our block fuel is 10.4. Calculate 125 is our rotate speed. Perfect.
49.2. 49.2.
360 for cruising altitude. That's pretty high for this plane, so we'll see how we go. And everything else we can start whacking on, but before we do, let's get our beacons on. Good. Let's get our engine started again. Other flights. Good, mate. So I was just saying there, we left Calgary. We're flown to Edmonton. Then we've headed west to where we are now, which is Edson, and we're going to Prince George, and then we've got another 3 or 4 flights after that. So far so good. The A400's been behaving. The piloting is certainly questionable, but what can you do? But so far the plane's been pretty good. Weather's been fine up until now. That was a pretty low visibility landing, no doubt, or without a doubt. But you know what? It's good to be back in 24, and it's also good to be back in the A400. One of my most favourite planes. Right, taxi lights can come on. Let's get our probe heats on as well. Nice livery. It is nice. It's like a search and rescue Canadian livery. So I got that from flightsim.to a while ago. Royal Canadian Air Force. The bright version, and then they've got a low visibility version as well, which is like the grey one. Yeah, it's pretty good. clear takeoff data. That's all good. Right, flaps. So we want, not flaps. Sorry, brakes set. Ground spoilers armed. Nose wheel steering on. Flaps to take off. And we'll do our config check, which is, try it again. Ah, here we go. We're good. Alright, runway 25 it is. So runway 25 is straight ahead. Oh, it's a back taxi. We've got a back taxi. So in that case, what we'll do is we'll just whack our all our lights on now. Leave the APU on for the moment. Park and brake off, let's roll. Country Dad, have you been did you say you were reinstalling stuff last night? You know what we should try and do? Actually, why don't we? Probably not enough notice now, but we probably should have tried to do a bit of a group flight, Rooster, across the pond group flight for tomorrow night. You know what I mean? Or maybe even Saturday.
Yeah, we
night.
can organise. You can organise one.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah,
it's safe to do it in 2020
well, not everybody has
Since-
2020 now.
Approaching 2,
since the A350 like still wasn't crash in 24.
Yeah, so it does. Country Dad, what are you running? 2020 or 2024?
on runway
24.
07.
Yeah, I think most people are going to be in 24. But you don't have to, you can take the 777, like you don't have to take the A350. I'm going to take the A350.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna run on my PC though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you don't have to run. You can run whatever plane you want. You know what I mean?
I was talking about the performance of fucking 24.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the sooner Sim Update 3 comes out, the better, because apparently you can download the scenery now. Yeah, Country Dad, I watched the dev stream today myself, and look, I don't know. I don't know what to make those streams. I think they're getting worse. I think
Yeah.
the more we watch, the less we know. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, they need to be, you know, more open.
Like they haven't had one since May. It's been like 3 months or 2 months, and
remaining.
I don't really know what we found out, to be honest with you. All I know is that they don't even know when Sim Update 3 is going to release. That's a worry,
Caution, short runway. Short runway.
you know.
58, 58,
Rotate.
7, 4, 6.
Gear up. I think the music's a bit cheesy on it. Just fucking fix it.
Altimeter 7.
7,
Altimeter 7.
5. Oh, I gotta do it on the curve. 5, 8.
Bit better. What altimeter setting? I just took off.
6.
What we got? 200 knots. Flaps up. Let's get our autopilot on.
Flap 7.
Have we got? No, we haven't.
Take 136.
So let's go direct.
136.
Or we're going direct to? Oh, we are going direct. Oh, flight director. There we go. Perfect.
136.
Power set and
144.
altimeter
One.
Go standard. Right, on our way once again. Let's get our lights off. APU off. Bleed off. Here we go. So 35 minutes we should be there. Oh, I forgot to update with banner, didn't I? CYXS. Yeah, I've sent so 24. I reckon 24. Well, actually, I'm just thinking if we run it, we could run. People could run 2020 and 24 at the same time.
Oh shit.
If we had, say, intentions running, right? When's the best time to do it, do you reckon?
What was this?
For like a group flight across the pond.
It would probably best to organise about a week in advance.
No, I'm sorry. I know that. I meant which day? Probably weekend, Saturday maybe.
Yeah,
Do
weekend.
like Saturday night. Do Saturday night Australian time, and then that means people in the UK will be on morning. They'll be able to join.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
I'd organise it for next weekend.
Hey, twice.
I want to try a test flight with the fresh install. Yeah, cool. Where are you thinking of flying? Scotland, Edinburgh to London, Heathrow. Shader cache will have to work its magic, so expecting stutters here and there. Yeah, so it's interesting, country dad. Like 2020, I'm really impressed with 2020. Like it performed probably the best it's ever performed for me last night and today, or last night. But the visuals have definitely degraded a little bit. Like I think 2024 is starting to slowly take over as the superior looking sim. I still think it's a little bit matte sometimes, but I reckon 2020 it'll definitely be outclassed. There's no doubt about that. Through time, I know it sounds obvious, but
I'm trying. Oh, what that wins.
it's happening quicker than what I thought. You know. But 2020's performance, I think in what we were on 7.5 hours or something the other night. It was on during the day yesterday as well, pretty much all day last night.
Wins, so W.
And the performance was like
direction and
fucking second to none. It was brilliant. It was not a single stutter. So far today, it's my first proper crack at 24. Had a wee blast this morning or this afternoon, and then this morning, and then now obviously, and yeah, the performance is. I think the performance is worse. It's worse. It's still good. But there's more stutters, more frame loss, or frame grabs, which I'm very surprised at. Actually. But visually, this is starting to really take over.
so I think that there's no wind.
You talking the ATC?
Yeah.
Right. No worries, gonna do that. Myself, actually, I'm gonna get some water.
Hey, Don.
How you guys been?
Yeah, good.
Good stuff, man.
017. 1-0.
You guys streaming or no?
MDA is, I'm not. I got work tomorrow, so I'll probably be heading off to bed soon.
Oh, that's right.
Irish water. Dawn, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How's things?
Just been busy with the guild, man.
Oh yeah.
I've been trying to recruit and do RP events and whatnot.
What's the next event you've got?
Well, this one is going to be probably an exploration RP event, so we're all gonna probably do something I haven't out yet.
Is in Star Citizen, yeah?
Yeah, we're trying to like work out comm system,
Right.
and trying to work out the like how to properly communicate, and then also planning and execution, because not everybody is on the same page of skill lines, so I can't do these elaborate scenes without like getting everybody on board and knowing where to go, and because like we want it to flow organically, right? But it's hard to do that when really no one's got any heads up, because the idea is we're going to be RPing when we're doing these RP events, and then when we're not, we're kind of casually playing with each other. So I've been trying to slowly get a group that kind of is comfortable with each other.
So how many people are in the guild at the moment?
Right now, let me look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, 12.
And have you got like certain roles for like sort of up for grabs that people volunteer to do, or do you assign the roles, or how does that work?
Yeah, so when we're doing RP events, essentially it's the, like, it goes to the most skilled. Like, so for example, we have like an out of chain structure, you know, because sort of like our officers kind of maintain things, or kind of step up to the plate when we need them to. But ultimately, when it comes down to like, if they're not available, then we're going to be assigning a lead role to someone who knows what they're doing. So say if someone's really good at piloting, okay, cool, well, you're now
Chief
pilot lead.
pilot, yeah.
Yeah. And then same thing goes with ground command, you know, someone who's really good at communication and doing all these things. They'll just be assigned that role per that event if we need them. But we have like our main structure, which is only like 5 ranks, right? It's nothing big or crazy. It's not super complicated. But then we have like the internalized ranks that everybody is just kind of getting to know, and that we've kind of implemented that when we did our first RB event. So everybody seemed to flow with that quite well, and they kind of knew who to listen to and when not to, and so on and so forth.
So what was the last event that you actually did? Like,
It was the
how
introduction of it.
does it work?
Well, what we did was we did, of course, character sheets, right? And then we kind of pre-plans on how we were going to generally kind of interlinked our characters. So we had like a somewhat of a generalized plan of like, hey, my character is going to be this rank within the org. So, you know, right then and there, we have to find a way to character build and do introductions and stuff like that. So even though my second in command, right, is in the org, that doesn't mean that we're in that timeline currently in the story. So the first event was purely an introduction of like, hey, this is where our characters met, this is where our characters start to build steam, and then so the story slowly builds with character progression and overall flow.
And is it like a weekly event or monthly, or like is there a frequency to how often you meet up?
Well, I've been trying to be consistent with 2 weeks, but I didn't do it the second week because it's coming up my birthday. So and there's been some things that have been going on, so I kind of put it off. So after probably after my birthday, the 30th, I'll probably post up another event for us to kind of go do. And
yeah, I've never done the whole role playing thing. It's interesting though. So I'm not really familiar with it. Like I'm not really entirely sure how it operates or what way it up. You know, who does what and what have you.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta really think it's more of like you're really playing a role playing game, and you know, like say flying sim, right? You're playing a character, you're playing a pilot.
Yeah.
Your character has a backstory. Your character, and then you, as the person who's controlling the character, gets to come up with like the backstory, the psychological mindset that he has or her, and et cetera, et cetera. So when you're doing Star Citizen, this is where it comes in, where if you're gonna play a character, you essentially you're like, okay, well, if this is gonna be who I'm gonna play, then what's the backstory? You know, what choices am I gonna make? How am I gonna present them? What do they wear? You know, what do they fly? You know, so you're really thinking about as if you were your character in the game, not you as the person in real life.
Right. So it's like full on immersion into that role essentially.
Yeah. So that's what role playing is. I mean, we've all played role games, you know, role play games before, like Skyrim. That's a role playing game where you're playing the Dragonborn, right? They give you a whole backstory. They give you a whole general like canvas for you to kind of come up with. How are you gonna be? What choices are you gonna make? How are you gonna say things? You know, and so it's the same thing as Star Citizen, and that's kind of how, you know, every one of my org members thinks is very much in the same regard of, you know, this is going to be my character, and we're going to be fully immersed in that character. So, like, because a lot of my core group, a lot of my core officer group, you know, like the top people in my org, all come from heavy role-playing servers like 5M, Red M, and other games that involve fully immersed RP.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's I'll have to tag along at one of your events and just sort of observe, or you know, play a minor role or something, just to see how it all works, you know.
Yeah, no, I would definitely like to have you aboard, and that's why I sent you an invite over to come check it out, because
Yeah.
Like-
No, I got it.
we when it comes to our group, I've been very particular about like who gets an invite and who not, because ultimately, you know, I want people to really understand. It's like, look, we're not trying to be an elite group. We're not trying to be, hey, if you don't fall in with what we're doing, then you're just gonna get kicked. No, or if you don't know what we're doing, then well, that sucks to be you. No, like if you join the org, you're part of the family, and you're gonna be treated like the family. And regardless of your knowledge, you know, what you know, you're gonna be taught, and it's not in a not in an arrogant way, but you know, sort of like in a way that's like, hey, you're part of the team now. This is where we need you to be. You know, it's your choice to kind of embrace that or not.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's just, I want people with the mindset of like, hey, everybody's welcome. You know, we're not trying to look for
Yeah.
very particular people, but it's the people who are going to respect that and understand that it's like, hey, this community as much as mine is yours. So if every one of my org members were letting shit and drama go down, well, that says a lot about what they want in the org, regardless of what I want as an org leader. So having people with a similar mindset definitely helps maintain that.
Sounds a bit like the Unprofessionals, where you know it's like a complete another. Well, I mean, actually, it doesn't sound like the Unprofessionals at all. I was going to say I should have said the opposite to the Unprofessionals, where you know, for us it's like everybody's welcome, everyone's invited, and it's usually a complete another free for all. But there's very little order, which I like that though. I like a bit of chaos every now and again, you know. I like it whenever when things get out of hand slightly, not all the time, just every now and again, because it keeps it interesting, right?
Yeah, I can definitely see the appeal on some occasions.
On some occasions, like not all the time, right? Because the thing out of it was, you know, when I started streaming, I was only streaming Flight Sim, just to give you an idea. And during the week, it was like I was basically doing these solo streams, so like Tuesdays and Thursdays, whatever. It was just me, and it was nice and chilled out, nice and relaxed. Occasionally, people would jump into voice, but it was very, pretty quiet, and which is great, right? Now, when the weekends came, and you'd have these big group flights, and you've seen what it's like with Star Citizen as well. Star Citizen's probably even more chaotic, but especially when we're doing like a world tour and all that sort of stuff, everyone's just we're all firing at each other, and it's a laugh, and it's good fun, like. So I love that sort of stuff. It's great, and then you know, usually at some point in time it all comes back down again. So it's just that kind of that cycle, you know. It's good, but one of the things I really like though is the fact that what was starting to emerge a little bit in Star Citizen. Like the other day, I think it was last week, Rhino just jumped into the pilot seat and started flying. You know, that was all, not like an assigned role, but sort of it evolved into, okay, you're one of the chief pilots, and it was the same thing with Rooster, and you know, that kind of natural, organic, almost progression into people being comfortable with doing what they want to do. So I like that sort of stuff too, you know, which was great to see. You know what I mean? But,
yeah, no, 100%. And that's the same thing with us. I mean, I mean, being in command of the org, there's really no point for any structure at all. I mean,
Nah.
because when it comes down to it, ultimately, what I say goes. Right? So, like,
Well, you also
I'm not-
you also want to have, like, you want it to be multi-purpose as well. Like, you don't want to have like the roles being too fixed. You know what I mean? Like the
oh
game
yeah,
is
you
that,
definitely want to be
you know,
flexible. Yeah.
yeah, that's right. The
100%.
game is that big and diverse that there's so many different things people can do. You know.
You're right. And so that's kind of where people and the org is kind of like, hey, if you're already good at this and you like doing this and this is what you like doing, then by all means do that. Like, you know, if you're strictly a pilot and you don't want to be on ground, okay, cool, be a pilot. We need pilots. You know, like say if we had an Idris, you know, if we had a Kraken, you know, we're gonna need, or any type of large capital ship. I mean, definitely having people who have that skill set is definitely going to be encouraged. And the same thing goes with any other skill, you know, in the org. And the only reason why we would issue leads is to kind of keep things organized when we're doing large scale events. So, you know, when there's 20, 30 people in the chat, we're not all screaming at each other.
Yeah, that's something we probably need to get a bit better at. Keeping things organized, especially during events and whatever. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good fun. Like, 'cause there's loads. Again, I've said it many times. Like, that game has so much potential. There's so many opportunities. You know, it's gonna be really great whenever they get it going properly.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I've been trying to build up the org as much as I can, because like I even told all my, you know, my entire org, I'm like, hey, look, I don't care if there's any content right now. The goal is to get used to hanging out with each other, getting used to and familiar with each other, so
Yeah.
when we do actually have the game and the full content, we can naturally just go into this and not be completely out of the, like, a fish out of water. Yeah, like, so you know, practicing the role play, you know, trying to get the comm system down, you know, trying to communicate, trying to do all these things is, you know, we do them now, so, you know, when time comes, you know, we're perfectly just flowing. At least
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
gonna
goal.
be interesting, especially when it comes to, you know, when they bring in the base building and all that sort of stuff. Like, it's gonna be like, I reckon things are just gonna really take off. Pardon the pun. When base building comes in, as you say, when the Kraken arrives, the Goblin arrives, the Pioneer arrives, when they get to 1.0 or 1.1 or 2.0 or whatever, like, it's really gonna expedite things. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
reckon the whole landscape of the how things are done in that game will completely change. Because effectively, especially when the base building comes in, like, you're gonna have to have people in the game almost 24/7 to prevent, you know, attacks and all that sort of stuff. So that's gonna be a really interesting dynamic as well. It's gonna be a lot of fun, like, a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a lot of things to consider. I think the one major thing is, once the game that we know now is nowhere going to be the same when they launch it at 5.0. I can guarantee you it's not. And just with the plan and the roadmap that they have ahead, the game mechanics, the things that we're typically normal with dealing with, I guarantee you won't be the same. You know, there'll probably be some similarities, but it won't be identical.
No.
So that brings a different kind of a dynamic to play, and so that's right now. So right now is just focusing on, okay, you know, we have a goal, is to roleplay. You know, right now is the goal to kind of get a structure sorted, a structure to be efficient, because when I first started the org, you know, we were a completely different group. We were like a security org, a corporate security. But I realized that with the roadmap they have ahead, it may not seem like the best choice to make. And the type of RP that I wanted to do seemed quite restrictive to what we could potentially do. So that's why we switched over to kind of like a mafia org, you know, or mafia inspired org. and kind of opening the door up to different types
Everything.
of gameplay, and we don't have to be criminals, but that definitely gives a
Libu Chabuket.
Yeah, I think the if you look at the number of changes that have happened to the economics, of different game loops and stuff like that, it's going to be hard to sort of settle on, especially for orgs and what have you, on the primary functions, because, like, for instance, when I started the professionals org, I thought, okay, we'll do like trading and resources. The idea was you go down to a planet or whatever, you mine the resources, and then you trade them, or you put them on your cargo thing, and you go trading. So it was almost like a production kind of a production line sort of thing that you would set up throughout the universe or throughout the verse. The problem with that is that, things change dramatically. So, for instance, like a couple of months ago, Phenomile or whatever it was called, Phenolin, was all the rage, and then now it's Hadanite or something else, and there's different methods to obtain those resources. So, that changed the whole landscape of how the org functions, if you think about it, really. So, when you look at it that way, again, it's going to be really difficult to at this stage to assign that primary secondary functions that they've got in the in-game system. But I reckon that whole org setup and what have you will be completely revamped in the next over the next couple of years. Like, it'll look very different, compared to how it is now. But I think what you're doing is the right way of doing it, as in get people introduced and get them used to working together. So no matter what comes along, you can easily sort of tackle it, sort of thing. It's a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, the original so when I was recruiting for the first time I had the org set up, I did all these reports, I did all this paperwork, and I had my second in command do like a whole recruitment document, the whole nine. And when I was recruiting people, I was very particular on who I recruited, and I really wanted only people who understood what we were trying to build and were wanting to be a part of it, and were going to respect what we were building, not just completely come in and just be like, it's one thing to voice your opinion, but it's another thing to be completely just unreasonable in the sense of like, hey, what you're doing is shit, and I don't want to just completely shit on the idea, right? There's a huge difference, between that mentality. So, like, for me, I was very particular on who came in, and I realized that when I was recruiting people, I really wanted to recruit people like we were family, like we were, like essentially we were close. We got to know each other. We got to, really. I would say not maybe necessarily become friends, but just close enough to where we're gonna spend every day together. We're gonna be playing together. We're gonna consistently be playing. So, like,
yeah, you've got a bit of a system, right? Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. When we were playing every day, everybody very quickly understood that you do not get into an elevator with Silva. You know what I mean?
Yes, do not get an elevator with Silver.
You see?
He likes to push you out.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he will send you to the void.
Yep.
Yeah. I wanted to do the Mafia because I wanted to have the underlining message, hey, like, you're joined for life and you're part of the family now. Like, no matter, because like some of my members, like, they're part of other orgs. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, because I didn't realize that in Star Citizen you can have multiple orgs. And for a time that kind of bothered me. I was like, well, what's the point of doing an org if you have like 9 others that you gotta go deal with?
Although,
me,
I like what they've done though. They've kind of forced you into picking a main org or a primary org, and then you can be affiliated with other orgs. So yeah. I thought that was fair enough how they've done that. I think that was pretty good. But I also like the flexibility that you can make your org exclusive, or you can have a kind of open whereby people can join many.
Yeah, no, I kind of left my org open to people who really wanted to get on the idea of role playing, because my mindset of like how we were going to execute the original idea of the org has drastically changed into the more practicality sense of like, hey, okay, my standards may have been a little high, so let's lower my standard and still be like in the sense of like, look, you join, you're gonna join for, you're not getting kicked. I mean, I told my members in the one of the major announcements, I was like, hey, look, if you're a part of the org, you'll be a part of the org for life. You get promoted, you're gonna stay in that position. There's really no need for really any type of command structure, because it's not really needed. Because between me and my XO, there's not really there's not a lot of people to really manage. So for me,
there isn't.
I just kind of.
But as you said, like it's probably better just to keep it simple, particularly at this point, until things are until 1.0 or even the public release or whatever.
Oh yeah, if my org grows and we need to adapt, then by all means, because the idea is purely just to roleplay through and through. No matter what happens in the game, primary focus is to roleplay and to build characters, to build stories, to get involved. It doesn't matter your experience in roleplay. You can be a beginner or an experienced member, but still feel welcomed. So. No, there's been a lot of changes that I think that will still have yet to come, especially with new gameplay loops and new things that are coming in. Because that's why, like I said, like I originally changed it was to be flexible in that regard.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of new things to come. That's for sure. There's so many things in the pipeline at the minute. It's good though. Like almost every couple of weeks, there seems to be releasing something new. Jeez, look at this weather.
No, I'm rather pumped. I'll be real. I think with the future of Star Citizen, I've pretty much given up every other game for Star Citizen, because between with my eyes being the way they are and Star Citizen providing everything I want in one game.
Yeah.
I mean, I get first person, third person shooting, I get piloting, I get, the whole nine with Star Citizen.
Oh no, it's a great game. Like it's got so much, as I say, it's got so much potential. It's going to be absolutely incredible. In a couple of years' time, I think it's just going from strength to strength. All being well that they don't stuff it up. But
I really hope they don't, because I've invested a lot of money in this game.
Like, if the thing is, if they don't make Squadron 42 a success, it's over. Like the whole company is gone. We were talking about that last week, but I was pretty much playing it exclusively for the last 4 months. My bread and butter has always been this. It's always been flight sim. And I've always said I want to split my time sort of between the two. I'm slowly getting back into flight sim at the minute, so I need to figure out what days and when's the best time to. I like consistency, so I'm trying to figure out when's the best time and what are the best days to do flight sim and best days to do Star Citizen. So we'll see how it goes. I'm thinking maybe Star Citizen the weekends and flight sim during the day on Saturday or Saturday morning, or during the week or something. Not really sure yet, but I'll figure that out. Because, as I say, it's a great game. Like, and as you say, it's got FPS, it's got ship PvE, PvP, ship to ship battles and dogfighting and third person, first person. There's so many things. You can solo it. You can do it with other people. Like, it's just so many things that are available to you. It is hard to kind of go to other games when you've got all of that in front of you. You know what I mean? They just need to fix the bugs. You know?
Oh yeah, no,
Like,
trust
they
me.
really
A
do.
lot of my other, oh yeah, I know at least 2 people in my org will not play the game until they fix some of these game breaking bugs, according to them, and I'm like, you don't know how bad it was.
Yeah.
The horror we've seen.
which is fair enough too. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Like I stopped playing it in December because it was broken and it didn't work. But now that it's like the last couple of months have been absolutely great. I know there's been a lot of bugs and annoying things that have featured, i.e. having to F2 and remap your route all the time when you're trying to jump, pain in the ass. When you go to pick up a gun or whatever and you lose your gun, pain in the ass. None of that was really game breaking for me. What was game breaking for me was back in December, whenever you did a reclaimer run, or you did a salvaging run, or a cargo run, and then you couldn't put the elevator down, or it didn't count.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so you couldn't complete the missions. Like, that's game breaking. That was annoying, right? That was really, really frustrating. So that's why I stopped playing it for a while. But I think it's a different challenge now at the moment. I think that we're getting used to fresh new content. The worm, the latest event, those event style content. The mining event that I had a few months ago. So that's going to be a hard job for them to keep that up, as well as keep everybody engaged to the right level, because like this current event that's going on, I don't really know much about it, and I don't know if I'm really interested in it. I was very interested in the worm. It was a lot of fun, but I knew a lot about that too because it was well promoted and stuff. So already you can sort of see a little bit of inconsistency in terms of how they are pushing their market and that material. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go to get that right. I think they will get it right, but it's going to be interesting.
It's gonna take a hot minute for them to fully refine what they're trying to do, because like you just said, there's some inconsistencies with events and how they execute them and how they advertise them to the bugs that come with it. I think the biggest thing that CG needs to do is really just keep doing these small events, keep getting the data that they need, and just keep improving, because honestly every major time, because I know every time that they do any major events, they're taking down data. There's logs upon logs that they record. I mean, any dev would understand that, hey, look, with 200 people on, the stations go to shit. Or, when you have griefers, they got to take human error into an account. And I think if they keep doing this, I think they'll get enough data so when they do launch, at least I'm hoping when they launch, they can implement those changes and definitely make a much more refined game. Because I don't care that the game breaks right now. The game is not even released yet. So let's break the shit out of it and then, see if they can fix it. And if they can fix it, then very cool, and I'll be playing for a very long time. And if they don't, then, well, we know where that's gonna go.
Well, as I said before, all they have to do is get Squadron 42 right. If they get that right, it'll be a global, phenomenon. You know what I mean? It'll be an absolute. It'll take over.
Oh yeah.
But if they introduce Squadron 42 with the level of bugs and problems and issues and elevator problems and routing issues and all that crap, it's just gonna fail. It's gonna be terrible. It'll be worse than this thing, as in Flight Sim. So they need to get that right. If they get that right, then they're absolutely laughing. And fingers crossed they do get it right.
Yeah, I'm really anxious to play Squadron 42. I think I'm not really big on single player.
Beach Tower, Chris.
that cinematic trailer that they've got is the gameplay, the first hour and a half of gameplay. It's
Oh,
one of the best, and I mean one of the best trailers I've ever seen. Like the way they've got the camera movement, the lighting, the acting, the way that they build the music, like everything about it is like so well choreographed and directed. It's phenomenal. It really is. It's a really impressive trailer. So if they put that, you know, amount of effort into all the other departments and everything else that they're doing, then they should be okay. You know.
Yeah, I think if, yeah, to be honest with you, I think a good theory is they're putting all their resources in the single player Squadron 42. At least I would hope they would, because
Oh, they have
like
to.
you said,
They
if
have
they
to.
did, I mean, there's like just on actors alone, there's some really big names being thrown around on
Yeah,
top
yeah.
of the cinematic commercials that they have. Is fucking insane.
Oh
Like,
yeah, it's huge.
those actors aren't cheap, for one, and trying to find the video editing to get the right scenes, the right thing. I mean, that'll take some time
Like,
and a lot of.
sorry, the dog was sitting on the rudders.
Take off. When I freeze zip.
Yeah, you know, you're 100% right. That it's a massive investment, massive investment in what they've done. Like I was surprised of seeing, you know, Gillian Anderson and Gary Oldman and Henry Cavill and Liam Cunningham and all these famous actors. Just like, what the hell's going on? It's great.
Yeah, I'm freaking excited. If I really hope that they're taking the data from the live
Welcome in, Tony.
servers over
Cheers.
to that.
I went to get water earlier.
Irish water. Oh boy.
Irish water. Tony, welcome in. What's going on? Check this out. Look, Flight Sim 24. Look, we're flying the A400. We're back. First 24 stream actually as well. 4 months. 25th of April was my last flight. Just been to the gym. Night off streams. Nice. Yeah, it's running well. It is running well. I was just saying this earlier on. So surprisingly, the performance in 2020 is much better. I'm gonna have to go around. Much better than 24. Surprisingly. How did I stuff that up? Ah, fuck it. Let's give it a go. Right, my aircraft. Yeah, the 2020 performance is actually better than 24. I had practically zero stutters the last few days. 24 a few more stutters, but 24 definitely looks better. And a couple of months ago, I would have said it was the other way around. So it's a real laugh. I'm probably gonna have to go around.
1,000.
There's plenty of runway. We'll make it work.
400.
Approaching. 1 high. 2 high. 2 high. Unstable. Unstable.
Unstable approach. No shit.
100.
Here we go.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Go on, sit down.
Retard.
Long landing.
Or back.
Long landing.
There we go. Oh, look at that fucking butter. Way off the center line, but you know. 105, not bad.
1,005.
So I'm doing a couple of flights around Canada.
1,000.
It is part of an achievement with Firefly Air, which is Two-Tone Murphy's
900 remaining.
virtual airline. So just doing that. So pretty much around like the western side of Canada, or
600 remaining.
to prepare for the wildfires. So I thought, you know what, perfect flights for the A400. And I love flying this thing. It's fucking awesome. really is. It's such a beast. Like, I've already so earlier on when I was just doing a couple of tests, I completely binned it. I was coming in for an approach and the power just dropped and it just 5,000 feet per minute hit the ground.
Ouch.
Yeah, the thing's just so heavy. It needs so much lift.
Approaching 3-3.
Right, I'm gonna head down to. I gotta head down to the cargo area and set up the next flight. So it's funny if you watch each of these, landings back, they're getting better and better as I go, which is good. The first one was a disaster.
Uh-oh.
Can we? Is there a taxiway over there? That's up there, I think. So, welcome to Prince George in British Columbia. What time we got? 10 to 10. Well, we'll do another flight. Do another leg.
Is this a 1-to-1 scale?
Yep, it is. Yep, 1-to-1, and it's so you get different types of aircraft. Like the one I'm in it's actually fairly basic. It's not like study level or anything. It's one of the default aircraft. But you can get like full. So the one that Rooster's messing around with at the moment, it's like a full blown study aircraft, study level aircraft. Which you really need to know sort of how the sequence of startup, how the systems work. Like there's a little bit to it. And the plane that he's setting up at the minute is the MD 83. It's called the Mad Dog or MD 80. It's even I've been flying something for almost 30 years, and I really struggle with that plane. Even today, I think I've only done 2 flights on it. Most of the planes that I would do would be like high fidelity, not quite study level, but high fidelity stuff. But it's a lot of fun. Like it's like Tony, who's in chat there, said squadron. Like he'll have like 20, 30 people flying along with him. A little bit like what we do in Star Citizen. So you'd have loads of people jumping in and having a laugh, whatever. It's the same sort of thing. Murph is live at the minute. He'll have see him probably 20 or 30 people flying along. Huh?
I'm heading to bed. I'll catch you folks later.
Okay, mate. No worries. I'll talk to you tomorrow. How good
Sweet,
day
yep.
work?
We'll do.
There was one flight, and you get a lot of like. There's a lot of like streamers that will do different themed flights as well. Like Jetty does. So Jet Pilot Oz, he does like a dangerous airports and dangerous approaches and stuff, like real world dangerous approaches. Again, you get people flying along in that as well. It's always a bit of a laugh. And then you have Saki, he does the VATSIM Milgram Mondays. So on a Monday at around 6 o'clock there's an event every week, and it's on a network called VATSIM. VATSIM is basically emulates real world ATC. So when you watch his stream, it's very procedural. You know what I mean? Like it's actually quite professional sort of thing, because of the nature of the event. You know what I mean? Like you have to follow the right radio etiquette and the right procedures in terms of setting up your plane, as well as pushback and following the right taxiways and all this sort of stuff. So you get directions from ATC, so it's very real world, and that's between Melbourne and Sydney usually. So
Cool.
Again, yeah, it's really cool. Like there's so many different things you could do, and that's just the planes. Like you've got GA planes as well. So you've got bush flying. I think WeFly does bush flights, and Planet does bush flights. Like there's so much variety in this. Like you think when you think flight sim, you go, oh yeah, it's a simulator, and you jump on a plane and you go flying. It's like it's a little bit like Star Citizen. Like people make the most of it. You know what I mean? Like they really come up with some interesting kind of things. So I haven't I haven't figured out what my hook is yet. Mine's basically just I do achievements with a couple of virtual airlines. We've got our own virtual airline as well, and do schedules and stuff, and just kind of wing it and play it by ear, which I'm sure you're probably realizing is a theme for everything I do these days. But that's the fun of it, you know what I mean? And the reason why I jump on a Discord and up to a voice is because you don't know who you're going to get in or out, and you just sit and have a chat and have a laugh, and it's it doesn't matter what you're playing, That's kind of the
agreed.
idea.
No, to be honest with you, the only reason I joined, I remember, but honestly, a lot of my friends were not even playing Star Citizen, and I was playing it quite heavily, and I was like, I guess, I can look at streamers, and then you guys immediately popped up first, or you did. Your stream popped up first for me, and I was like, bet. I go see what they're doing. And then you guys invited me in, and I was like, okay, cool, yeah, I'll join you guys. And then, yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm very much, I definitely have to be social in some regard. If I don't have anybody to talk to, I'll go find someone to talk to.
yeah, I know what you mean. Well, it's sort of we're getting a little bit ridiculous because we were very cordial and yeah, come and join us, whatever. We're now starting to seek people out in game and like forcing them to join us. There's a guy called Barry, I think it's Pickard or Placard, or I can't remember the surname, but Outbaz, he was typing in global chat quite a bit, and we basically just started harassing them to come and join us. And now he jumps into Discord all the time and says hello. It's just but again, if you can't take opportunities, then you should create opportunities. Like that's the fun of it. You know what I mean? And I know the one thing I'll say about the two communities, Flight Sim and Star Citizen, they're quite similar. They're especially the Flight Sim community. The Flight Sim community, they're very supportive of everybody. Everyone watches everybody. There's no competition, and if there is, it's like it's supportive competition. If that makes sense, like everyone's it's a really what's the word, like it's a very Ben, get out of there. It's a very sort of niche community, if you know what I mean. Star Citizen, I think, is exactly the same. One of the things that blew me away in Star Citizen was the amount of people that were like really helpful in helping you how to play the game. Getting things set up and all that sort of stuff. Like that's that for me, that was quite new. Actually, it was quite interesting. But really good.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know when I first joined Star Citizen, I joined back in 2018, and it was one of my friends got me the game and was like, hey, we're gonna do this, and I'm like, cool, okay, yeah. And then I get in, and then that's all who I play with, right? And so next thing you know, I didn't play it for a hot minute there because of the bugs. So they were just really bad and annoying to deal with. So when another friend of mine got back into the game, he dragged me along with him, and then I've been playing ever since then. Probably.
Well, a friend of mine was talking about it last year. We were doing like a world tour on Flight Sim and like GA planes, and there was a crowd of us every like Saturday morning would jump in, and it was chaos. It was a laugh, and it was a lot of fun actually. We want to actually start that back up again to get it finished. We're only about halfway through it. But anyway, during that conversation, when we're up in the air, we'll obviously have a chat and what have you. And during that conversation, one of the guys mentioned, there's a free fly on for Star Citizen. One of the other guys was going, actually we need to check that out, because we'd heard of Star Citizen for a long time, and a lot of people had, obviously had a lot to say about it. So anyway, it was kind of like, oh, okay, well, if it's a free fly on, we may as well take advantage of it. So it was last November during IAE, and almost immediately, so we streamed the first, it's actually on YouTube, the VOD's on YouTube. We streamed the first play, and just getting set up and that sort of stuff, and almost immediately we had people jumping in, like experienced people jumping in and just helping us out, and there was one stream in particular, I think it might have been like the third or fourth stream or whatever, and these guys jumped in and they were explaining all the, not just the mechanics of the game, but also like the all the background stuff as well, so like a concierge club and all that sort of stuff. And
Yeah.
we just sat and had a chat for about 3 hours, 2-3 hours on all of this different stuff, and it was fantastic. And I remember in those early days for me, there was people who would just come along, go, you want some help? Do you want me to come and pick you up and show you around and this, that, and the other? And there was one guy that picked us up in his Polaris, and obviously I think it was just released at that point. We didn't know what a Polaris was. It was myself and Big Boss, and when this guy is flying us around in his Polaris, and going, "Oh, that's a nice ship," and he was we were doing bounties and stuff like that, and mercenary missions. And when I think about that now, I had no idea what the hell we were doing, but it was a lot of fun, and now it's like, okay, I'm familiar with it, and but again, the community reaching out, inviting people in, going and helping people how to play, like that's fantastic. You know what I mean? That's really incredible that happens.
It's one of the only communities I can fully confidently say that are actually like super
Passionate.
encouraging.
Yeah.
Like super, like if you find someone who actually plays Star Citizen more than a year, they're consistently playing, they could probably tell you the game in and out, especially the bugs, and definitely not make you feel like you're you're ignorant, or definitely it doesn't make you feel like crap for not knowing. They definitely want to have you involved, and every Star Citizen group I've come across so far is very much like that. We're like, hey, you're new or you're experienced, it doesn't matter, you're still gonna get involved with us, because more people the better. And
that's
it's
right.
actually kind of nice.
And that's sort of what we were doing with when we were playing it. It's like, we just grab people from global chat and go, right, come and join us. There was 2 guys on YouTube and never actually joined us, but I remember they come onto YouTube and they're like, oh, look at these noobs, these guys haven't a clue what they're doing and blah blah. And when I actually said to them, I says, you're right, we don't know what we're doing, but why don't you come and help us, come and join us? And they're like, oh yeah, we will actually. Yeah. They never did, but it's just funny that they come in with a bit of an attitude to
Oh yeah, it reminds me of this. Go ahead.
Instead of to remember an attitude that's to stir things up, and then in the end we're like, yeah, oh, thanks very much for the invite, that's really cool, So, but it's the more people involved in these sorts of things, the better. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%. I definitely, playing this game alone is cool, but like, you definitely get a whole nother experience when you're playing with like your buddies, and you're playing with somebody that you enjoy, either brand new or someone that because the game completely changes, the game dynamic changes. You're not having to kind of, and you have someone to talk to. That always helps when you're doing a long boring cargo run and there's nothing to do but talk, other than move boxes, so
well, that's how things started for me. I was just streaming, doing cargo stuff, and then Rooster jumped in the chat one night and I said, what are you doing? I said, oh, I'm just doing some cargo runs. He said, oh yeah, I'll come join you. Okay, no worries. No, he said, well, I'll bring my Caterpillar. It's okay, no worries. And we did some cargo runs, started doing that, and then things just slowly kind of obviously grow and evolve from there. Well, I'll say slowly, I mean all within the space of a couple of weeks, it sort of took off. But But yeah, you're 100% right. And the thing again, flight sim's the same thing. You know, like for a long time I was doing flight sim with myself and Big Boss. We were literally we were doing exactly what we're doing now, but just sitting having a chat. But we'd be on Discord, and after doing that for about a year and a bit, I said, "Oh, why don't we just fucking stream this?" You know what I mean? Because at that point I was watching streamers, other streamers, and as in flight sim streamers, and it was okay. Let's just that's what got us into streaming. All right, let's stream the thing, and we started doing dual streams, and then he wanted to, Big Boss wanted to do more the different games, so off you go. I stuck with flight sim for a long time, and then Star Citizen was probably the only other one that kind of piqued my interest to jump into. A little bit of ETS or ATS as well, so like the truck sim stuff I like, the farm sim stuff I like, the roadcraft, you know, those types of games I like. But the other ones, you know, Call of Duties and all that sort of stuff, like I think they're done for me. You know, I've had my time with those games. You know what I mean? Again, Star Citizen's interesting to me because it gives you, it's a package. There's so many different things inside it that you can do, and you get this crazy, really collaborative, really interesting community that want to you know, like-minded people that want to jump in and help you out, and also just want to do stuff and want to do stuff with other people. So that's for me. That's a real interesting part, you know. And flight sim's always my bread and butter. Like as I said, like flight sim, you know, I'm actually, I was pissed off at flight sim for a long time. So I thought, right, I may leave it for a little while and come back, and I'm excited to be back. Because see, doing this and sitting here having a chat on Discord and stuff is what I'm used to. I love it. I absolutely love it. And if you weren't here, I'd just be sitting talking to myself, or chat, and I would have no problem. You know what I mean? and if it wasn't online, I'd be watching TV. I'll be sitting here because my top monitor is a TV as well, so it's a smart TV also, so I can just flick on Netflix or flick on whatever, and I just sit here with feedback, doing a couple of flights, you know. But and I'll be watching streams as well, so I'd have Twitch on one side and still game on the other or something. But because of the last, you know, 6, 8, 9 months since I've been streaming, I think I've been spoiled a little bit with the amount of new people that I've met, interactions that we've had, you know, the conversations, the engagement, all that sort of stuff. I feed off that, you know. I love that sort of shit. I'm very social that way, so you know, I want more of it, you know what I mean? So it's yeah, so I have to, it's sort of like it's got to figure that out, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the main thing is, you know, fucking, as long as everybody's happy and having fun, that's the main thing, you know what I mean? And that, again, that's when it comes back to what I was saying earlier about that's why I like a little bit of unscripted chaos, because it's fresh and interesting. You have no idea what you're gonna get, you know. As long as everybody understands that we're not out to offend anyone or piss anybody off deliberately. Like people will get a bit annoyed and fall out with each other every now and again, but it happens. But time usually fixes that, you know.
It usually does, and I, you know, this, you know, for me, it's like I'm very in between being social and being not social. I mean, there's times where I enjoy my peace and quiet. You know, like when I'm in my org, right? I think of that as being, you know, those are the people I'm going to talk to every day. So mentally, I want to be around with people who are going to be, you know, kind of. We both have an understanding that sometimes we don't always have to say something. We can literally just sit there and hang out, and we don't always have to talk about. We don't always have to play the same game. We can just sit there and you just enjoy each other's company, right? And so, you know, there's times that it's kind of how I treat it. You know, it's very much of like, hey, you know, I have my quiet, you know, I guess area where I get to enjoy people, genuinely get to be real with those people, really get to open up, really get to have a genuine relationship with, and then, you know, and then when I'm out, talking to new people, or the new people that I haven't met. Those, I it's kind of like, I'd be more than happy to talk to anybody, but I'd like to know, like, there's at some point my social battery kind of quits out. So for me, it's like, one moment I'm like I like being sociable, and then the other moment I'm like, I need a quick 5.
Oh, 100%. There's definitely a need for social outlet, and then also, yeah, you do need to have time to yourself. Like, for instance, I wasn't actually going to stream tonight. I was going to sit and watch. I was actually going to sit and watch TV, just for a little bit of a break, and because I knew I want to stream tomorrow night, whatever. And then I thought about it and went, you know what, I will stream because I'll probably sit here and fly planes anyway. So I might as well stream. But this afternoon, I was ready for a break, and I was wanting a bit of peace and quiet and time to myself. And then I ended up going. I took the dogs out for a walk, and I live beside an oval. We went over across. Always bring them over to watch the footy and watch the practice and stuff like that, and they love it. I think it was great. And anyway, I was standing there just chatting with a few people, and then I realised, you know what, actually, I think I'm not that I was fired up or anything, but I suppose it was stimulated a little bit, so we just had a good conversation about a few things, and then I thought, fuck it, I might as well stream. Again, I'm going to be sitting here anyway, but I totally understand what you're saying. That you need your own space and time every now and again. Fortunately for me, I get that almost every day when I'm working, because I have an hour and a half drive to the office and an hour and a half drive home. So
that sounds tough.
Usually, yeah. So usually one of those trips, I'm on the phone for about half of it or most of it, and the other one, I'm totally switched off. I'm either in silence, with my own thoughts, which I quite like, or I'm listen to music or listen to a podcast or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, agreed. If usually, out of all my friends, I have the most flexible, like, I guess, schedule. Like, I don't really work, and I don't really have to do anything else, so I kind of wait for everybody. I just kind of wait for my friends to get on, and throughout the day, I'm just kind of watching Netflix, or kind of doing my own thing, because, I'd like to, I liked being, playing the game with people, but unfortunately, there's no one to really play with when I'm awake, or, during the day that I'm kind of doing stuff, so I'm usually alone a good chunk of the time. So for me, it's
it's a
nice
social outlet, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I get plenty of my social hour when either you guys are awake and I'm awake, or when I'm hanging out with my friends till 5 a.m. So yeah, I definitely get enough. It's kind of, I wouldn't say I get enough, but it's more of like, I get very little interaction. If I had to sum up the whole day, I'd probably like 5 hours the entire day. I'm actually hanging out with my friends, because I'd like all of them to play every day with, but they all work, they all have kids, they all have lives, and I'm sitting here like, well, I guess I'm watching Netflix.
And there's only so much you can watch on Netflix.
I know. I know.
So I find myself watching streams all the time. Hey, Bluesy, how are you, man? I just found myself watching streams and streamers, and I'm now in a position where there's almost someone to watch every time you sit down. You know what I mean? Like, it's different times of the day, because you follow different people for a long time or whatever. There's always someone to watch. For a while, and I think it's still the case. The other one is Discord, like the Unprofessionals Discord. There's almost somebody in voice, and I absolutely love this. There's almost someone on voice 24/7. It's crazy, and like, especially the last couple of weeks, it's just been someone there all the time. Like, I think Drunken was in voice most of today, for a little while. Cyclops was there. Myself and Rooster were on earlier on. We're on now. you know, there's always I think Jen and Rhino were on last night. Like there's always someone there that you can always just jump in and say hello and what's going on, and you know, who's your father and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, again, like it's between that Discord and watching Twitch or streamers or YouTube or whatever. It's like I genuinely haven't watched TV in a long time. I think 2 weeks ago or something watched Foundation, only because I packed the PC away to move house. So watched that, and then I think what else? I think that was it actually. I watched a couple of documentaries there the other night when I was in bed. But
That's what I like watching on YouTube. It's just popping up a documentary about something.
yeah,
History,
that's yeah.
events or whatever.
I think what did I watch the other night? There was I always watch true crime stuff. Some true crime one. I can't remember what it was. But yeah. But again, 9 times out of 10, I'm usually watching Twitch. Like it's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm very I don't know. I'm very mixed on Twitch because, you know, Twitch is like I said, it's kind of mixed with me. Like at one moment I'll watch, but then there's only so much I can watch of it, and then yeah, and then other times I'm like, yeah, you know, I'll give, because, you know, for me, all my friends, or, you know, people who I like, you know, I made sure to follow them. So if, you know, if I was on, or, you know, if they were streaming, then, you know, I'd pop up their stream to support them, because, you know, yeah, it's definitely, this is something that they're passionate about. So for me, I'm like, okay, let's watch Twitch. But typically I don't really go out of my way to really watch anybody else unless I want someone to talk to, and then from there it kind of goes. So yeah, you're kind of the prime example of like, hey, I want someone to talk to, but at the same time I'm like, all right, well, let me support you now, because
Yeah, because I'm doing flight sim, and like you're probably not interested in that, which is fair enough, right? I mean, it's the same thing
I'm
when
still
I do
watching
with
though.
and that's again hence why we have Discord open. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing with you know, friends of mine as well. Like I'll sit and watch Discord, or sorry, I'll sit and watch their stream for a little while or whatever. But if it's something I'm not interested in, like I'll be there to support them and have a bit of a laugh and chat and what have you. But I won't necessarily be there the entire time. Like I'll lurk, and you know, and the same thing happens with which I don't have an issue with whatsoever. Same thing happens on my streams too. You know, no issue with that. And again, there's certain. Let's go back to, you know, the value of community and the flight sim community in particular. Like one of the things you'll find in the flight sim community is that everybody, I said, but all the streamers kind of support each other. So, you know, like Tony's there tonight in chat, and I think who else we had a few other people like streamers in chat earlier as well. And it's the same, you know, there's always the same kind of crowd that run around, like almost do the rounds and say hello to everybody who's streaming, and then they'll you know, fire up a couple of tabs and flick between them. So I think last Thursday I sat here and I had 6 streams going at once, audio and all, and I was literally just sitting watching all the streams. And like that was a bit overload, and it was a bit overkill, but it was great fun for me. I was like trying to keep up and trying to jump into different chats, and like it was good fun. Like, you know, I just found that interesting. But there's other people that do the same, and then there's other people that kind of just tab everybody up to support them and give them a view, but not necessarily participate. Which again, everyone appreciates, right? So. For me, that's someone actually going out of their way. I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot. Okay, you're opening the browser and you're tabbing up a stream or whatever, and you've got it on the background. Like, just the fact that someone's done that and made that effort, I think, is fantastic. Even if they don't particularly want to say anything, like to your point, they probably just want their own peace and quiet. Like there's Brucey saying there, I've got 4 or 5 streams open. Yeah, I'm the same, but I usually have. Even when I'm streaming, I normally have streams open as well. So I don't have tonight now, to be honest. But normally I do, and for me, that's people making a big effort. Like, that's them going out of their way for you, and then the more people that hang out and actually have a chat in Discord is that next step further, and then the people who join into the game again, next step further again. So it's again, I just feel like there's definitely a lot of crossover between the two communities, being Star Citizen and Flight Sim. In that, one, it's quite supportive, and number two, people they don't have any problems jumping in and taking part. You know what I mean? But one of the things I will say though is that it's very unusual. It's quite rare to. What I found so far is you've got Flight Sim and you've got Star Citizen. There's not much bridging the two. So maybe that's something I'll work on for the next 6 months. You know what I mean? Bring the two communities together. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think once the game gets to a little bit more detail in Star Citizen, I think it would be on par with Flight Sim just a little bit, you know, in the sense of like the controls and, you know, the contacting ATC and all those things, like proper communication, you know, especially when you have player ran stations and traders going in back and forth. I mean,
don't get me wrong, they're completely different games. Like they're so widely different. I understand what you're saying, that there are similarities in, you know, for example, I'm using the same hostess as what I'm using in Star Citizen and what I'm using in Flight Sim, right?
Yeah.
But the flight mechanics, this thing is a simulator. It's a proper simulator where it does emulate, as I said, that high fidelity and study level aircraft, and it's a 1-to-1 digital twin of the Earth as well. So it's of the world. So it's, you know, they're very, very different in gameplay and what have you. But again, I think the communities are very similar. But the gameplay itself is totally different. But what I would say is that in terms of, I guess, the way that they're sort of constructed, it would be quite similar in that, you know, Flight Sim's got a lot of bugs, Star Citizen's got a lot of bugs, you know, massive universe, planet Earth. You know, you've got, as you say, you've got similarities in that you have to go land somewhere, and there are definitely, you know, similar kind of mechanics to it, but
aspects,
or features, I should say, but the mechanics are very different. You know,
100%. Yeah, this is not the same game. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, 100%. No, I completely agree. I think it'd be interesting to kind of have people from Flight Sim come over and the same thing go over to Flight Sim, because for me, I'm not a huge Flight Sim guy.
No.
But I'm very much of like.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Flight Sim is so niche. It's so unique. Like you have to be. So again, it comes back to what we were saying earlier. Star Citizen's got FPS and dogfighting and. Flight Sim is like, you've got bush flights, you've got helicopter flights, you've got, you know, different types of aircraft and stuff. But you have to be passionate about aviation. You have to be passionate about, you know, be interested in planes and engineering and the technical side and how things work. You know what I mean? I mean, you don't have to be, but I think the majority of the community are, and like
it definitely helps.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, like I could sit and watch this screen for hours and hours and hours on end. I'm a good traveler, even in the real world, always have been. And I feel I'm satisfied. Like I get a lot of satisfaction just by looking at what we're looking at on stream now, and nothing else for 2-3 hours. No problem at all. I get a lot of and even just taking all that in, you know, looking at the ground, admiring the plane. Like it's so it can be really simple, but it can also be really detailed and complex at the same time. So I have a lot of patience or content when it comes to flight sim, and I don't know why. It's just one of those things that people often say to me. You know, like you just fly airliners, like you literally put autopilot on, you sit there, like yeah, I do, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I don't know why. I can't explain it. I don't know why I like that. But it's even in the real world, when I get onto a plane, I put my earphones in and I just sit there and look at the window. And even if I'm not looking at the window, I'm just taking it in. I'm just watching what's going on, and it's for me, it's an experience. You know what I mean? No matter what, and I fly a lot.
Agreed. Yeah.
I fly a lot in the real world as a passenger, and it is an experience, and it's yeah, it's hard to explain. There's definitely it's just there's something in the wiring that has me attracted to this, and I don't really know how to explain it. You know what I mean? Whereas
No, I do. I get you completely.
Whereas Star Citizen is, and any other game is, you know, it's a game. It's not a passion. It's not, you know what I mean? For me, they're a little bit different. And I think that's the difference between, and that's what I'm saying about, it'll be interesting to see how you could bridge the two communities together. That said, there are a lot of people on Flight Sim who do Star Citizen and vice versa. Like it's not, they're not exclusive. They're not mutually exclusive. There is crossover there too, but it would be few and far between, I think. You know.
Yeah, no, I definitely see Star Citizen for me. It's like I said, you know, it kind of scratches an itch. Like for me, I mainly came from background of like Arma 3, Gray Zone Warfare, you know, military simulators, you know, like military shooters and stuff like that. And Arma 3 was, I was well, I flew helicopters, so Blackhawks, Chinooks, Little Birds, you know, flying in, you know, hot zones and dropping off troops and having them repel off the sides. I mean, there's quite a few groups I joined to that I really like doing when it comes to that aspect of just being able to be in the thick of things and kind of having really badass moments where you're dropping off ground troops and stuff like that. So for me, that was awesome. And Star Citizen is sort of like that, because you have some aircraft or some spacecraft that can be exactly sort of deliver a world application where, you know, you're going into a hot zone, dropping off troops, having to jump out the sides and, you know, kill the other ground targets and stuff like that. So that's kind of, for me, that's kind of where Star Citizen translated was, hey, this already has a military feel, and this is be easy to kind of just translate in.
Oh yeah, 100%. The Star Citizen, like when we were doing we were jumping out of the Idris and then going down and doing bunker missions. We were jumping into like Terrapin or whatever. And sorry, Don, just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna let the dogs out because they're running around here fighting each other.
No worries.
Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, no worries.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, sorry, I was saying there that the what was great in Star Citizen was when we were loading up the Idris and and firing down to like bunker missions and what have you in you know, a Terrapin or a Pisces or whatever it was. Like that was a lot of fun. You know, it was very kind of, you know, deploy a ground team kind of thing. It was good laugh. Like I enjoyed that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? It was good that way. And then as you say, you know, again coming back to the role playing thing earlier on, where you've got different functions and different roles and different people or different teams doing, you know, whether it's flight crew or ground crew or traders or cargo haulers. Like again, there's so much potential there. It's fantastic. Like it really is.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely anxious to kind of see where, you know, the org kind of goes, at least my org, and kind of, you know, who we get in and who actually wants to be part of what we're trying to do and whatnot. Because on a roleplay perspective, you know, it's definitely, so far the org is absolutely loving it. They're doing live action roleplay. Everything is flowing organically. Everything is falling naturally into place when it comes to who are we listening to and, you know, how things are going to go down. So, you know, when, you know, we continue to do this, you know, I'm definitely excited to have more people on board to kind of enjoy the same things we are. So,
Well, I think it's only going to go. I'm hoping it's only going to go from strength to strength. To be honest with you.
yeah, I mean, there's definitely a I would say a niche itch, especially, you know, kind of like a, what was I trying to say? More of like a small itch. If you're into roleplay, then, you know, definitely the game is definitely built for you to roleplay. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
it's there, and you don't have to try that hard. You don't have to like big brain it and try to figure it out. It's right there in front of you, and that's kind of where I really wish more people were interested in doing it, because there's a lot of people I've talked to so far who are just not wanting to do it at all, and they really don't see the potential in it. I'm like, how can you not? Like, it's right there. So but I can get it. If you're not into roleplay, then, you know, it's not going to click, which is okay. But yeah, no, I definitely had to have, I definitely had to come up with something to be unique, because there's so many other orgs that are competing for players. There's so many other orgs out there that, you know, trying to find one that says, hey, look, this is something that, hey,
It's different.
nobody else is doing this, you know. And it's not that I'm trying to be unique, it's just I'm trying to, you know, really share the, you know, the passion that I have. And that's when it comes to roleplay. Every game I've played, you know, with all my friends, have been some type of role-playing game. You know, Final Fantasy 14, I played that for 5 years straight, like every single day. So, you know, there's games where, you know, Warframe, Total Warhammer. I mean, there's a bunch of games where I'm fully immersed into a character, and I have people who share that passion. So, and I see when you have a bunch of people sharing the same passion, it gets really cool. Because, you know, and it gets exciting because, you know, like, everybody's on board, everybody's wanting to do it, and you can honestly do so many things with it. And that's kind of where I'm coming from, you know, when it comes to recruiting, and kind of coming at it from, this is what's going to set us apart. But no, it's definitely been a struggle since day one. So
Well,
I can't say that's
all I would say is just keep chipping away at it, mate. You know, it's these things aren't built in, you know, in a day kind of thing. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you know, it takes, like, it genuinely takes years to build something. I mean, we'll put it this way, right? The development of the game itself is 12 years. The development of this game is in Flight Sim, well, probably 2020. Not, I don't know how long 24 has been in development for, but 2020 was, I think it was started in 2012 or 2014. Like, it was 6 or 8
It was
years.
2012.
Yeah, so 8 years for 2020. You know what I mean? And then when it released, it was a disaster. Or at least it could have been much better. And they spent the next 2 to 3 years fixing it. And they, in my opinion, 18 months before they decided to launch 24, they only got 2020 fixed. So you could argue it's a 10, 11, 12 year development cycle for that thing as well. So, you know, when you're dealing with these huge, complex, you know, game, I'll call them platforms rather than games, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got all that third-party integration as well. Like the similarities between Flight Sim and Star Citizen, and then you've got third-party developers that integrate in with their ships, and you know, in Flight Sim you've got scenery and what have you. So you've got all that stuff too. So there's a lot of complexity there, and you know, like the org stuff that we're talking about building. It's the same with streaming. You're talking about building a community and building a common place or a platform whereby people can be themselves and be comfortable and jump in, jump out, and well, this is what I'm trying to do. You know, jump in, jump out. They can play whatever they want. They can, you know, it's more in the Discord side of things.
Yeah.
Like just having that kind of safe space for involvement. And you know what? Every now and again, someone's going to say their own thing. I've already done it several times. And every now and again, someone's going to do their own thing, and every now and again, people are going to fall out and get pissed off. But the majority of the time, the vast majority of the time, it's going to be, you know, it for me anyway. It's been fun. It's been a lot of laughs. There's been a lot of good times. You know, people coming together and either just sitting having a chat like this, or you know, you mentioned earlier on about sometimes you're hanging out with your friends, whatever, and you're in silence. And you know, I was doing stuff earlier on. I was just sitting chatting to Rooster off stream. And then for about an hour or two, we were like, nothing was spoken. And it was like I was just obviously both of us just sitting doing stuff, and it's the same thing with Big Boss as well. I remember going back to a couple of years ago. We used to do a lot of music together for a long time, and there could be 4 or 5 hours we would be on WhatsApp video calls, and not a word would be spoken. And we'd be writing, or we'd be recording, or we'd be doing something, and not a word would be spoken. But that's, you know, that's the true definition of hanging out. You know what I mean? So
100%, 100%. I've learned sometimes you don't always need to say something to really enjoy someone. Like, you don't always need a topic. You don't always need to always say something, and you could really enjoy someone just purely by being present.
That's it. There's a cracking scene in. It reminds me of a scene in Crimson Tide, the movie Crimson Tide with Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman. And they're enjoying the sunset, and Gene Hackman says, you know, "Bravo, Mr. Cutter," or whatever his name is, and he says, "Oh, excuse me, sir. What do you mean?" He says, "You didn't say a word. You just savored the moment. You enjoyed the sunset. You know, the other people would fucking piss it away by trying to talk through the moment. You know what I mean?" And you know, there's actually a lot of value in that statement. Christmas 666, welcome in. Good to see you on YouTube. Thanks for jumping in. Just Glide. Oh, 100%. We're just about to land here in where are we? Anaheim Lake in Canada, in our A400. I had to do an orbit there just to get down, but yeah, no, it's as I say, just keep doing what you're doing. It's you know, if you enjoy it, then that's half the battle. You know what I mean? That's the main thing.
Oh yeah, no, I am enjoying every aspect that, you know, every moment I'm in this game. You know, the new people I get to talk to. I mean, for you example, I mean, never thought we would ever met. I mean, but,
yeah, exactly.
You know, or get to be hanging out, and you know, it's new. But it's nice to.
But here we are.
I guess.
You know?
Yeah, right. No, and the point I was gonna make was that, you know, it's also nice to when you can be genuinely yourself, and then you can also be and have that same genuality in a conversation with somebody.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and not. I would say it's nice to have a real conversation that's not behind a mask, behind a face of insecurities, but just being honest with yourself, but being honest with the people that you talk to. And I've learned over the years, when you are genuine, you feel a lot better about yourself, and you also feel a lot better and more secure about the relationships that you have. Because when you meet genuine people, you feel very secure, and you can, you know, have a very enjoyable time, at least in my experience, you know. And so
it's quite funny. I actually I have a slightly different problem. So I have no problem being genuine. And in actual fact, I often get told off for being too direct. To be honest,
so does my brother. Don't worry about it.
So I have to watch that sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, especially in work and all as well. Like, it's, you know, you gotta be careful. And like I'll say something and not think twice about it, and that might stay with somebody for, you know, for years. You know what I mean? So it's yeah, I have to be mindful of that sort of stuff. But I totally appreciate what you're saying. Like, I understand. I totally agree. You know, at the end of the day, like, again, it comes back to the purpose of, you know, streaming communities and gaming communities, and, well, any community in general. Again, you want to create that place for people to be themselves and to not have to worry. And or alternatively, you know, if you look at what Big Boss is doing, like, he's created a bit of a character for himself, and he's got, you know, a bit of a demeanor or what have you, and that's his thing. That's fine. A little bit different than what I've done, but you know, maybe there's an opportunity there where, if, again, leads into the cosplay and stuff, and if people want to go and do that sort of thing, then there's a space, or a place, I should say, for that, for, I don't know what you would call it, for that sort of stuff, you know, that
environment,
kind of, that kind of what's the word I'm looking for, that kind of engagement, you know.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
And again, it all comes back to this, the sort of the not single platform, but like that common platform whereby everybody can jump in and out. You know, being the Unprofessionals, the whole purpose of the Unprofessionals was supposed to be like a community of communities kind of thing.
Right.
You know, it's supposed to try and, it's supposed to be a bridge of different communities. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you have an excellent platform for, you know, flight sim, and you know, Star Citizen with your Discord. I mean,
yeah,
kind of intermingle the two. I mean, I definitely like the open door policy you guys have, you know, here, because it's nice to have, just be like, hey, yeah, welcome in, you know. And then that's kind of the same mentality I have, but to some degree, you know, it's like, you know, I want everybody to understand, you know, when they join my org, is like, hey, look, you know, your opinions are your opinions, and that's fine. We don't need to fight. We don't even need to cross a line or a boundary that doesn't need to be crossed, right? If you don't want to talk about something, we don't talk about it. You know, if you are having issues with the person, then we'll address it. But, like, ultimately the game comes first, right? If we're gonna play the game together, then we'll focus on the game. We don't need to focus on
100%.
We don't need to get personal if you don't want it, right? And that type of environment, I definitely, and that philosophy, I get very much between what you're building here and what I'm building at my org, is because, yeah, we've had a few people, you know, leave because, you know, they don't like a certain view or a certain opinion, and I'm like, hey, look, my opinions are my opinions, and they could be wrong. They're not factual. They're just purely my perspective, and it doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. It just means that that's what I see, and I can always change. It's not a big deal. And so, like, you know, I've tried to clearly
but you shouldn't have to change, right? That's kind of the point.
No, because, like, why you know, if I'm gonna change, I'm gonna change for me, right?
Yeah, you gotta stay true to your genuine self, right? If you're gonna have to change because someone has an opinion, then, like, it's an opinion. You know, but opinions can be respected, but they can also be
Right.
agreed and disagree with at the same time, if that makes sense. Or agreed to disagree, if that makes sense. You know,
Well, yeah, and
because
we
that's
don't have
a sign of
to-
respect too, right?
I mean, we don't like like I say, I was saying earlier, just because if you have an opinion, doesn't mean that I always have to agree with it or I have to necessarily, see the same thing. And I can be like, okay, cool, that's cool. I can see where you're, I can't really see why you have that opinion, but I don't have to. And we can move on, and we can still play the game, so, in a relaxing environment where me and you are still shooting the shit, playing the game. That's kind of what I want. And then the same philosophy I share with this group here is very much that mindset of like, hey, this is purely about the game. If we want to get personal and have a friendship and do all these things, then we'll do it. But that's purely at the person's pace.
I completely agree, mate. Totally agree. Right, we're just about to land into Anaheim Lake in Canada. So I think this is going to be
Man, the theater
our.
looks beautiful.
It's stunning. It really is. My lighting's not quite right. I need to fix my reshade. It looks a little bit, that blue and stuff looks a bit cartoony. Looks a bit like The Simpsons. So it's a bit too bright. So we gotta fix that.
I was like, it's a sunny day.
Yeah, it's very like even the sand or the dirt and on the ground, the tarmac's very, very white. Like this is gonna be a hard stop.
20,
Far back
Long landing. Long landing.
versus brakes, weathers.
300 meters.
Jeez, it says 5:13. I don't think so. I can stop before the trees. Just about. That was a fast landing. I came in fast. I think it went hard though. Went very fast. There we go. Welcome down to what looks like or appears to be a very rural or regional Canada.
Talk about a cool camping trip.
Right, let me see. Make a turn around here.
I'm surprised you're not sinking in the dirt with how much you weigh.
Yeah, we're actually doing alright. This is definitely a remote strip.
Yeah, he does say.
Fucking hell, 5:13. That gave me as a feet per minute for landing, but it didn't. It didn't even bounce. I think it was just because it was landing so fast. I landed at like 160 knots. But still wasn't too bad. I flew it manually, so it was alright. We'll park up here. So I'm gonna park up here. I think that'll do me for tonight. I'm starting to get a little bit tired, and I think if you hang out for the raid, we'll raid out to. We'll see if Murph is still going. We'll raid Murph. I'm not sure who else is on. There we go. I enjoyed that. It was a couple of wee chill out flights in the A400. Looking forward to the next one. So I think the next one tomorrow night maybe. I think myself and Rooster are maybe going to do a what's it called? Cross the pond from Ireland to America. So I wouldn't mind doing like Shannon to Boston or something like that. Which I think
like
is
a
like
13-hour flight.
No, it's only about 6. It's only about 6. Wouldn't maybe if the winds are kind to you, it's not even 6. So no, it's not that long. Even going the other way, which is longer, isn't that long either. 7 hours at the most, something like that, maybe 8. But Shannon to Boston are quite close, so you're sort of going almost like I've done that in real life. I think it was like 5.5 hours. So I might do that. So we might. Right, let's wait for the APU to start, and then we'll put the ground power on. And there we go. Stick that on, and then we'll knock the engines off. There we go. So yeah, I just need to fix up my lighting and stuff. It's not the best. So I need to check my reshade. So is it that one? Ah, that one. So I just need to check my reshade settings. That won't disappear. Oh, there we go. So, but Dawn, thanks for hanging out, mate. It was nice having a wee chat with you.
Yeah, man.
So what I'm going to do is, if everyone could just hang out for the raid, I'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. usual time, Melbourne time, and I'll just get the raid set up. So I'll put the ending screen on, and then we'll go and see if Murph is still on here. I don't think he is. Oh, he is. No, he's still on. Is he still going? Let me just have a quick look. Yep, no, he's still going. He's done a few things. Right, we're going to see Murph. He's always an interesting one to check out, and great guy. So we'll go and see him. Right, guys, thank you very much. I will catch you tomorrow night. Take care, and have a good night. I'll send you across now. Good night.